Hang on a second. Shit like this happens. I hate it. Damn it. All right. Okay, put that there. Hey guys, bear with us. We're having a little technology issues, okay? All right. Let's get started.
A website called All About the Tea.
He told All About the Tea that during the fight,
Hey guys, welcome back to the All About the Tea channel. It's your girl Monica. Joining me today are two affiliates, the Bishop. Hey Bishop.
Hello.
Hey, we got Schoolboy in the building. Hey Schoolboy.
Hey.
And we got Ples. Hey Ples.
Hey y'all. Happy Sunday.
Sorry for the delay. I was having technology issues and had to switch out laptops and all kinds of mess. All right, but we're going to go ahead and get things started. First and foremost, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I need you to hit that subscribe button down below. And if you already subscribed to the channel, I need you to bang that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the piping hot tea that we serve on this channel. Teacups on the agenda this evening, Melody Holt drops a bombshell about Martel's affair baby. All right, we're not going to waste no time. Let's just go on and get into it. How's my sound? Can y'all hear me? How's my sound? Can you hear me?
We can hear you, just low.
Just low.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really low?
Really low.
Yeah, I'm out of my element today. I'm using a machine that I'm not used to. Let me see here if I could just.
You should be able to just plug it in and it should be able to detect it. Should be.
Yeah, that didn't happen though when I tried it.
Oh, yeah.
Undetectable. It just wasn't even there. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know why. Let me try it again. Hold on. Let me try it again. Bear with us, guys. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Let's see. Can you pop that? Is that better?
Oh, you choppy now.
Okay. Yeah, so that, I'm not even gonna bother with it. Let's just go ahead and get started. I'm sorry about the sound. You have to bear with me today. The episode's picks up with Martel paying Marsau a visit at the construction site of his new lounge/restaurant. The boys play catch up, and Martel brings Marsau up to speed on the 47 acres project being put on hold due to his messy divorce. Marsau gives his condolences, then dives right into Marsau's baby on the way. Marsau wants the tea. Martel informs him he's focusing on his kids and not in a good place. Marsau says he wants Martel to hit rock bottom so he can build everything all over again. Martel assures him that he's already jumped off the cliff and hopes he can claw his way back up. Marsau, is happy Martel is finally letting his guard down, and he invites him to the soft opening of his restaurant. What are your thoughts, Bishop, of that scene?
I was very proud of Marsau about confronting Martel about it, and he gave him good information. You just need to fall all the way. Stop trying to catch yourself, because catching yourself make you look even worse, because you're the one that caused this collision and this falling off the cliff and everything, because you the one pushed everybody off. Now everybody's suffering, and now what you need to do is just hit hard and just fall, and that way you can just get back to where you need to be, because ain't nothing worse than the person that keeps lying to themselves, thinking that they're right and they're trying to make everybody wrong. What a normal person does say, you know what, I admit that I'm wrong. I've been caught red-handed. What do I need to do to get back to where I once was, or even get back to where I am, where I can get better than what I was before? But he refusing to do that. But he's lying to Marsau, saying, yeah, I did hit rock bottom. I'm like, no, you didn't. Because every time you keep falling, you chipping away at somebody else, and you chipping away at somebody else's problems. So you're really not falling all the way, to where you can just shatter and just, build yourself back up.
That's true. That's true. Kiana says, Kiona. So y'all gonna act like y'all was not talking about somebody's wig? What the hell is she talking about? Whose wig was we talking about?
I think they were talking about Melody's wig in the chat. I was watching the chat. I think they were talking about that
in
wig,
the
the blonde
chat.
wig.
What they got to do with that? Okay.
I think they were talking to somebody else.
Because I know they heard us talking before we went live, and I was like hustling and trying to get this stuff together, but I realized I'm live. And Facebook done kicked me off because you can't be. Well, let me see here if I can still do it. Yeah, Facebook doesn't allow you to be more than 10 minutes late. So, anyway, Schoolboy, what were your thoughts on that scene?
My thing is if he rock bottom, then Ariana ain't gonna want to deal with him because she there for the coin. So if the coin is gone, what is he really gonna have? I mean, besides the tight clothing, which shout out to one of the scholars said that he needs a benevolence fund for us to help him get him some clothes. And I really just feel like the brother just want to be in tight clothes. And if that's fine, that's what you want to do, sir, just wear the tight medium clothes. At this point, between the child support and honestly, I don't know if old girl gonna take over child support or not. That's a lot of child support, okay? You got to have multiple streams of income. And right now, his streams ain't looking too multiple right about now. Everybody is falling back. So, I mean, if he is falling to rock bottom, sir, I'm like Bishop, you need to go on and let it happen. You might need to sell her BMW you gave her, to help you get through. Bruh, just let it happen. Just let it happen at this point. You fighting and running around here trying to fight for your life. Just let it happen. Just let it happen. Go on and let it happen. Oh. He better get on the OnlyFans. That's what he could do. Get on the OnlyFans.
Not the OnlyFans, child.
Hey,
Girl.
If Safari and Erica Mena can clock 6 figures a month, anybody can do it.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. What are your thoughts, Plaz, on that scene? Has Martel hit rock bottom yet?
No. And the only people that are gonna sign up for that OnlyFans are gay men who like to watch men who look like that. No woman want those thighs that I saw in that picture he posted on Instagram. Yeah, I'm not paying to see that. Anyway, no, he has not hit rock bottom. He keeps trying to catch himself because he's in denial and he's super defensive. Even in that scene with Marsau, he was still coming back at him. Well, why? Well, what about? Well, her. No. Take the advice for what it is. Yeah. They aren't good friends anymore. So I was shocked that he was not more aggressive. I think he's finally learning the old saying, you win more flies with honey than vinegar, honey, because he was, trying to kiss up to Marsau and encouraging him on his business. I remember in the past, he used to be so cynical about their business ideas and endeavors. I liked how he showed some type of humanity, talking about when they were, poor kids, and he would come to this area to buy things from the thrift shop, and now to see how they have renovated these areas in North Huntsville. It's a good look. I hope they continue to do the right thing by the community. So, I was here for Marsau in that moment. He always gives good advice, and his advice is always tinged with, you got to cheat smarter, son. That's basically what he said.
And I forgot to mention the recollection of the old days when, the revitalization of the neighborhood by the block back. I like that concept. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Does my sound a little different now?
It's better.
It's better.
It's much better.
Look at God.
Yeah, but now I can't hear you. Just forget it.
throw the whole thing away.
That's them lemon head demons. Told y'all.
Ain't nothing but the devil.
And yes, on this Sunday, they don't want us to read this man.
They don't want to see me live. They don't want to see a sister live.
Devil loose Monica's equipment.
Yes, we know you the prince of the air, but you're not gonna be on the prince of the airwaves on this live stream. You better do it on one of the demonic channels.
Hello, right? I'm so happy Bishop is here because he be casting them demons out. Okay, there ain't no survival rate.
No weapon formed today on Sunday. It ain't gonna prosper.
Nope.
Yeah.
Cassandra Herndon, thank you so much for the super chat. Off work, on the grill, and sipping my drink, popping a little dragon. Okay, right. And my faves on the screen. Happy Sunday. Now that sounds like a good way to spend your Sunday, don't it? Lashina, puff pass child. Lashina, thank you so much for the super chat. Now, I don't know much about OnlyFans. Now, is there a certain section for small dinglings? Because if there is, then he'll do all right. He'll be okay over there. Yeah, I don't know much about it.
Well, you don't actually, from what I hear, you don't actually have to show anything. I've heard a lot of men get very upset because they got finessed. They thought the woman was going to be showing something, and she wasn't showing nothing, honey. Just a little tease, a little thigh here and there. So he can get away with that. He could just lift stuff. People like to see that. Just watch men lift things. Pick it up. Work them biceps.
What happened was these secular people then infiltrated over there. That was for the adult entertainers, and these secular people, when the love and hip hops and everything shut down, they couldn't get no COVID checks. They had to go over there and show a little leg, a little arm, but they wasn't really doing it like that. You got some of them that's doing it, but everybody ain't doing it. They got you lifting weights, and playing with your hand. They finessing folks. Yeah, they finessing.
By the time you know it, they already got you $19.99 for the month. So
that's charged immediately.
Exactly, yes. and then it's automatic recurring, and people forget to go cancel it. So Listen, it's an easy hustle. It might be an option for him.
I'm just trying to help the brother come up with some money.
Yeah, he needed it too. He really does. So over at Mel's house, Martel's mother pays her a visit, and the topic at hand is Martel and Melody's divorce and how his infidelities outside baby has affected the extended family, aunties, uncles, cousins, etc. Martel's accusing Mel of cheating comes up, and his mama wants to know, well, did you cheat? And she clarifies that they were separated and she had already moved out. So that's not considered cheating compared to Martel's 5-year affair and full-blown baby. Okay. It don't get no worse than that. Mel is not happy with Martel's smear campaign and his threatening to get full custody. Mama Martel says, hell no to full custody. Big Mama loves her grandbabies. But she has a life, like they ain't coming over here. Mama Martel confirms the outside baby is indeed a boy, and Melody's jaw drops. She's, that really hit her pretty hard. Bishop, what are your thoughts?
I like Mama Martel. I really do. Mama Holt, she's a real genuine, you can tell she's a real genuine sweet woman. And she keeps it 100 with both of them. I'm not watching your kids. No offense, baby. I love my grandchildren, but that's y'all kids. She made that very clear. I'm not finna raise no more kids. Like I done that. I'm now in my age where I'm gonna play bingo, gamble, and I might see me a little Deacon Johnny on the side, but not no kids. Shoot, no, ma'am. She made it clear, and I'm with her on that because these are two grown folks who are millennials that need to work out and fix what the problem is. I remember the old folks; they handle their own business. They didn't involve their mommy and daddy like these new generation kids do. And I'm like, you like how old again? You 40? Nah, you need to figure that out on your own. Nah, I'm sorry. You need to figure that out. But I enjoyed her saying that, and I enjoyed their relationship, because she don't treat her bad like some mother-in-laws treat their daughter-in-laws, and she treated like just like a daughter. Like I almost forgot, like, oh, that's Martel mama. I'm thinking that's Melanie mama for a moment, but I like their relationship, and it just seems very genuine and sweet, and I'm glad she cleared it up, but she ain't telling me I'm sorry, Melody can't convince me she ain't getting slaughtered now. Shoot, now that she officially over Martel, because I'm sorry, a woman that's glowing like her and floating. I'm sorry, she floating because she finally found the Johnson of her life that she's been looking for her whole life. You know, she was too faithful to to Martel. Now she's got like, oh, I'm happy now. Praise the Lord. So I kind of see that spirit on her, because she don't even argue with Martel. So I ain't got time for this. I'm like, what's his name, girl? Just spill it. It's somebody else.
Listen,
but I'm happy for her.
this. You've been saying she was seeing somebody on the side. You didn't fall for it. You didn't believe it. Yeah, I know.
That's why she's still running to ATL. Y'all know why.
Ooh,
I feel so much happier at ATL. When I come to Huntsville, I feel just I'm like, what's his name?
Something going on in the ATL. She better be careful though. There's a lot of down low brothers down. Oh, child, be careful now. Okay, get an STD test. Hire a PI. Have him followed around for a few weeks. Marcella, thank you, my love. We appreciate you. Martel's mother is not responsible for his cheating. She loves them both, but she is devastated. Yeah, she really is. Yep. Schoolboy, what are your thoughts?
You got me crying because you said I had a PI following around for a couple weeks. That's deep. Atlanta, y'all got some stuff going on down there. No, thank you. Amen. Melody, at the end of the day, people's definitions of cheating is whatever their definitions of cheating are. Okay. Now, some people believe whether it's emotional or physical, you was cheating, you shouldn't have been cheating. Well, if she says she moved out of the house, who give a damn? At this point, you know what? You needed to get cheated on, sir, because you was out here slanging and banging for 5 years. So if she did even get her box ate out or whatever she was doing on the side, that is on her. Melody. You get no hate over here from me. It is sad that Mama Holt, you could tell that she really do love Melody, and she probably told that fool, I don't care what heifer you bring up in here, she will never be my daughter-in-law, and she will never replace Melody. I'm quite sure she has said that. It just ain't been caught on camera. And Mama gotta have a life, Grandma gotta have a life too, okay? Just like Jody, mama, they got to have a life too. My mom always told me back in the day, you can go out here and get pregnant if you want to, but don't bring it by here. I will call you when I want the baby, when I want to be around the baby, and make sure you come on time to pick the baby up. Because if you is late, wherever you at, I'm dropping the baby off. I'm finding you wherever you're at. So make sure that I'm not going to be the number one person you come to babysit. I think if Melody would pull the trump card and just say this, you know what? You say you want him? Go ahead. I'll be the weekend parent. I bet you his whole demeanor would change because his face would crack. And then he'll be like, oh, damn, she just gave him to, oh, shoot. Because I know I would have been played that card. Okay, you want him? I'm such a bad parent. Go ahead. There you go.
Plaz, what were your thoughts on that scene and the mother-in-law? They have a good relationship. They do.
Yeah, they have a great relationship. I love her. Look, that's how I am with most. That is why it is imperative to me to meet someone's family before we start dating. Well, not before we start dating seriously, but when it starts to get serious, I need to meet your people. Because if your mama like Miss Wanda, no thank you. No thank you. We can end this here. I don't care how great we are together. I'm not dealing with it. I cannot. Same thing with Dennis' mama when she was coming around on Real Housewives of Atlanta. No. You can keep your ring, sir. I'm good. I honestly, my high school boyfriend, I still go over there for Thanksgiving and Christmas. see the new wife, the children, everybody. Hello, just here for my bowl of gumbo. How y'all doing? Hey, kids. I'm cool with almost all of my ex's mamas, even if me and them aren't cool anymore, because when I'm with somebody, family is very important to me. And I don't throw people away just because me and their son didn't work out. Most of me and my exes are still friends, so I admire their relationship. I liked that she brought up the thing about the full custody. And what was interesting to me was, this is how I know Martel is just pulling this to make Melody mad. If he really wanted full custody of those children, he would have told his mama that himself already. That should not have been a surprise to her, because she would have told him then. A lot of men try this and they get the children if they get them. But like I said last week, the new girlfriend, the auntie, the grandmama, somebody else will be raising those children. He will not be there all of the time. He can't. Nobody can. But why would you replace their mother? If you want a joint custody situation, just have it joint custody. That way you all get your own time and you still have your own relationships with your children. He's just doing that to be spiteful and petty. The mother talking about the cheating. Y'all can call it what you want. If somebody has gone outside of my marriage in my bedroom for 5 years and created a baby, yeah, I got somebody. I do. Because as like we keep saying with Tisha and them, start at the beginning. Don't come to the end. Start at the beginning. So yes, after 5 years, I moved out. I wasn't actually the first guy. She said she never slept with him. She moved out. She talked to him for about 3 weeks. But then once she finally broke it off and moved, yeah, whatever I'm doing over here on my spare time is it. The papers have been filed. You've been playing around with my heart for 5 years, and I'm supposed to wait another year or two because you are also dragging this divorce out and being difficult. I know we're supposed to not mention certain people, but a wonderful songwriter in the 90s, songwriter. Hear what I said, people. Songwriter. I ain't talking about nothing else. I'm talking about songwriting. Wrote a song called When a Woman's Fed Up. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do about it at all. I feel like Melody has been playing that like on repeat. She just it's been on repeat. She got her legs under her wings, and she is flying. She is blossoming. She's ready to get this done, and I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm. If a woman, when a woman's fed up, if it was a person, right, it would be Melody. Totally.
I think she moved on to This Is Heaven on Earth by Raheem Devon. I think she passed A Woman's Fed Up because every scene she with him, she gotta go.
He need to quit coming up to that car window before he get his ass ran up over. Telling him stop, get away from that woman car.
Right.
Yeah. Michelle Hardnick, thank you so much for the super chat. Bishop, you are hilarious.
Thank you.
Miss Marcella, my sis, my love, thank you so much for the super chat. Melody mentally cheated, but she needs to move on to her next chapter. Yeah. I agree.
Sing along Sunday. Hey, y'all.
Your lips ain't moving, but you saying, hey, y'all.
I know.
Unless you got a ventriloquist over there.
I'm telling you, I think Melody doing that Patty. When Patty hit the high note and she get the
yeah.
She didn't flow. Yeah. It's gone. It's gone.
That boy hitting all the walls. I'm telling you.
He is. He's touching everything.
Every single thing. It's like a whole new experience. Her eyes popped out of her head. Poor thing.
Yeah, she been bent and stretched like a gymnast. I'm telling you.
Things that she never did with her husband. Oh my God.
I'm telling you,
tearing the walls down.
See, when you get that good sex, you can see yourself like you on top of the ceiling, you looking down. You like this out of body experience.
What is going on? Uh-huh.
Jesus, is that you?
Uh-huh. Right? Float, levitating, just up in the air, like what the? How's it sound now? Because I switched things up a little bit.
You sound
Much
good.
better.
Oh, it sounds crispy.
Does it? Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I put on headphones and I
Oh,
did a little switcheroo real fast. Okay, so moving right along, Tisha surprises Marsau at his office with a private dinner in the parking lot. This girl is such a mess. She needs help. She wore a sexy dress and reminds him that he's the foundation of the family. And all he cares about is her being a stay-at-home mom, barefoot and pregnant. Like, this is great, but listen, I'm going to need you to stay home, okay? Tisha is determined to be a working mom so she can grow as a person. She brings Marsau up to speed about Mel wanting to move forward and the girls' camping trip. She explains that she's not confident with their history going left, and Marsau agrees. And you can see on his face, like, girl, why you got to go bring this up? This is not the time or place, right? Bishop, what are your thoughts on that cute little scene?
it started so good until she had to bring that up. Her and that one girl on Bell Collective, Latrice, they need etiquette on romantic rendezvous situations, because y'all be bringing up some of the stupidest stuff when you're supposed to be dropping them drawers or pulling them to the side and getting your socks knocked off. I'm like, why are we talking about other people? Like, who are these? Like, why? Like, I don't care about them. I'm like, Melody could fly a kite to Zamunda. I don't care. What? Just go on your trip and then tell me about the trip later. But we trying to get, we trying to start a fire over here. What the world are we talking about? I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
No, she can't help herself. Goo Goo Gaga, is that the nickname? She can't help herself, okay? Schoolboy, what are your thoughts on their little private dinner? It was nice.
You see how he came, he backed up front. That's like, oh shit, like that. I gotta give it to her. She do got a nice body, and then they got outside, they sit down, then she, it was cool till we got to the mail. Now I'm telling you, if that man was hard, the erection left. She killed the whole erection. It's gone. Because I know he probably looked down like, damn, I thought I was finna. We're not. We're not tonight. And then he like, my thing is this: either you gonna move on with the shit or you just not. Somebody get her a thing of Smarties candy and just hope that she eat it and just get smart up in here, because it's just gone. It's somewhere. I don't know what is wrong with Tisha. Come on. If you're gonna get a man some draws, let's get him some draws and then mess it up at the pillow talk after you gave him the draws. You couldn't even do that right. It just was just like, oh, if he is cheating, sir, do what you need to do, because your wife, ooh, she irked my soul. Between her and the fish called Wanda, I don't know. Just get rid of them both. Get rid of them both. Wanda. And I'm just saying, come on, Monica. Like you said, that man erection was gone. As soon as she said Melody, he like, so do you think y'all gonna move past it this time? Yeah. Oh, well, I'm just like, Tisha, either you want to be friends with this woman or you don't. Pick and choose, and please move the hell on, because I am tired of you and Melody talking about the same thing. Melody done moved on, getting some new penis. She is good in her life, and you still sitting up here playing with the old one you got. And I think he ain't even probably getting it on the regular. So that's probably why he cheating. While Wanda out here trying to be a PI, she need to mind her business down in Birmingham. Figure out why she got two men.
I can hear Schoolboy as soon as she brought up Melody. Also with him, he like do.
It just went down. Not tonight, bro. Not tonight. She did toe it up again. Not tonight.
Y'all crazy. Vanessa Camgate, thank you so much for the super chat. The bubblehead set up a bubble dinner. Yeah. Yeah, right. Literally. I mean, yeah. Plaz, what are your thoughts?
Maybe I just overthink things. I was like, this had to have been production because they were outside their businesses, and I know nothing is open over there that time of night. So I just was lost on why the bubble was even necessary. It was a lot. It looked like a lot to go through that tunnel. It was how it was inflated. It looked compacted. It just looked real small. And I'm like, y'all could have just set up a nice tent where you could actually have some elbow room in there. I was confused because they kept showing the people cooking in the shelves. I'm like, everybody in that bubble? That is too much. Like it's too much. But it was a nice gesture. She knew she needed to make up from starting that mess and letting her mama start that mess about the campfire and the accident. So she was trying to make up with him. She looked very nice in her outfit. I don't know if her body is bought as the people allege on the streets, but if it is, she paid good money. Marsau's investment paid off. It wasn't overdone. It was nice and proportionate. She looked very pretty.
Mhm.
But as we say, as everybody has already said, once she got in, the conversation left much to be desired. There are times when you can't mess up the mood like that. You know, they were having good talks. At least just keep it centered on your family and your children. But to bring in the mess with Mel, men honestly don't like to hear women's mess. You know, they listen and they say, ooh, really? You know, but they're not really listening. They don't want to be that involved. And I like that type of man. You know, Marsau rubs me the wrong way on a lot of things, but he's also very right on a lot of things. And he always makes Tisha think about her part that she's playing in this whole thing, which she never wants to admit to. So I was cool with the advice that he gave her, but honestly, he was just like, "You think y'all gonna get through?" Because he's tired of hearing about it. You either pee or get off the pot. Make up with the girl or not, but quit telling me about it. That's basically.
And give him something. Give going and give that man something
Thank
without
you.
bringing up this mess. I mean, someone said in the comments, and they made a great point. Melody lives rent free in Tisha's head. It's a damn shame. Damn shame. Mo Vo, thank you so much for the super chat because it's in a rinky dink area across from the federal home and next to the car wash. Oh, is that the tea? Okay.
So they
Okay.
needed to insulate those sounds out of there. You know?
And smells and oh goodness gracious. Marcella, thank you so much, my love. Thank you for the super chat. Never tell a woman her man is cheating. She will believe the cheater. Melody and Wanda knows Marsau cheats. He will get caught. You know what? I'm gonna need them to come with some receipts, though. It's one thing to say your man cheating. Where are the receipts? Give me some pictures.
Didn't Miss Wanda say she followed him and she couldn't find nothing?
Yeah, she did.
So she admitted that she couldn't find nothing. She said, "You
out.
bet not do to Tisha like Martel did to Melody." She always makes that statement, even though she's saying that I never caught you cheating. But if I do catch you cheating, bet not.
No, she
I
got.
wonder if he did it back in the day at some point,
I
and
think
then
he
he
did.
cut it off. And
Mhm.
I mean, they know about that, but there's no proof now because
No.
it happened then, or he cut it off before the show started. Because
Yeah.
I still say that he's probably has. I mean, hell, I would have.
Thank you. Let's be real about this.
I think he does actively. I just think he's smarter about it. He's not going to make a whole relationship. But when he goes out on these business trips and stuff like that, Wanda can't follow him in the car when he on the plane.
She can. She old school. You know them old school folks like, I don't ride the planes, but I drive my Cadillac.
Exactly. That man got women all over, but he limited to just Alabama.
And it could be an out of town mistress where she
It
don't even
could be.
live in Alabama, and she
That's
could be
true.
getting paid very much so quietly, like them old school side pieces was. You kept your mouth shut. You got what you needed until you elevated, and then you rolled on out. You didn't make a career. You weren't trying to be the main one. You were just trying to get what you needed to get paid.
Yeah, even when they alleged the hairdresser and people was like, well, she denied it, of course. Why would she admit that? You know what I'm saying? But then you had the corroboration from Ariane and her clique being recorded on the slick. Like,
I don't trust the
women will
word
do that. I'm
Ariana said,
sorry.
though.
Women will do your hair and be screwing your man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they would.
I don't trust Ariane. She lied about the previous abortion. She lied about this pregnancy. She will say anything. And on that recording, she said, you know, I need some receipts. That's all. I just show me some receipts, something, a text message, something. Somebody take a lie detector test, something. I'm gonna need just something. Moving on. It's time for Mel and Martel to swap the kids. Oh Lord, here we go. Oh, child. Ugh. I mean, I like some drama on TV, but this is getting a bit much for me. Okay, just a bit much. So it's time for them to swap the kids, and naturally they get into it about the kids. Mel is feeling some type of way after finding out Martel is having a baby boy with his paramour. Mel is not happy about moving back to Huntsville. Atlanta was an escape, like Bishop said, an escape. Okay. And she'd rather be in Atlanta as well as the kids, according to Mel, because they're tired of daddy's boot camp. Okay. He's a drill sergeant. They got to wake up at the crack of dawn. They got to make their beds up, and a quarter has to bounce off the bed. They got to do laundry, take a shower. Oh, goodness gracious. I mean, I can't. Oof. He notifies her that he already sent a request to his attorney to file for full custody. Mel says you want your kids close by because they feel his empty heart. And then she congratulates him on his upcoming baby boy. And then she just turns around and sachets off back to her Range Rover. And of course, Martel's like, bitch, we ain't gonna end the scene like this. I'm in control. So he marches on over there to her car door, and he's like physically blocking her from closing the car door. And I'm thinking, if this ninja, you better get the hell on before I spray you with some mace and run over your toes. That's what I'm thinking. Just move. Shit. Bishop, what are your thoughts?
She now I blame Melody for this, and this is why. Y'all understand what I'm saying when I say this. As soon as they was talking about the kids and she talking about the bottle and all that other stuff, he said, I need to talk to you about something, but let me go put this in the car. She should have ran right around the car, jumped right in, backed up, and drove off while he's putting the stuff up. Because by then he came back, you're like, where'd she go? See, I'm gonna need you to be smarter, Mel. You got a small, petite body. You can just start, sprinting to that car. Like I wouldn't give nobody that time of day. I've done that to somebody, like, let me go put something up, and I got in my car and drove off. I'll tell you, I would not give that person that time of day. I'm like, she even said he steals her, pretty much like sucks the life out of her when she come to Huntsville. As soon as he said, I need to talk to you about something, we ain't got nothing to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
You got the kids, you want full custody, we're done.
It's that little dick energy. You lose respect for them. It's like, damn, Nick, get out of my face. I don't want to see you. Ooh. Anyway, schoolboy. Yeah. What are your thoughts?
It is, Monica. It is little dick energy. When he came over to the committee, he's like, well, she's like, here's the baby stuff. She finna turn. See, Melody, you need to be quicker, ma'am. You need to be quicker with the transition. When you handed him, you need to pivot. Like they used to tell us on the basketball hoop, pivot and dip. Because I would have been in the car, I would have pulled off and would have been down the street. By the time he would have had to chase me down, because we wouldn't have had no conversation. Martel stopped talking about, we need to talk. And I'm like, sir, just use the lawyers. Why do you have to keep, every time you see this woman, you got to keep bringing up the full custody? Sir, if you send it to your lawyers, quite frankly, her lawyers are going to get it. They will let her know what you're asking for. Why do y'all have to keep talking? But see, Melody her petty felt my petty at that moment, because when at the end, when she said, oh, and congratulations on the boy, that tore him up. He was having a Fred Sanford, Elizabeth, I'm coming moment, because he was like, did she just cut me like that? Am I bleeding like that? Oh my God. She just, like, he gave her that look like, how did you know? Like, and he was like standing there stuck, and that's why he ran up to that car door. But Melody, you need to keep you some mace, boo. Get you some mace or a taser, and just get that nigga one time. That ninja one time. I'm sorry, get him one time and take him down. I bet you he won't run up on your door again. And when the police asked you why you hit him, because I felt in fear. He came to my door, and I would play the straight Karen role on his ass. See, I would have documentation. Because after a while, it's like, sir, you purposely doing this to keep digging at this woman. But she has to learn to stop giving him energy. And she has to just be a Marion to the BS. And here's the kids, here's that. Or what I would do, I would be slick. I would have a mediator between us. I would get the kids. We would meet somewhere at a public place where it's public. And whoever that person was immediate, they would be the one to take the kids out of the car and to give the kids to him. I would not do a damn thing with him solo, because he's doing this purposely to build a case on her so he can say that, oh, I need the kids full time. But as before, I said I would have called that fool bluff a long time ago. You go ahead. I'll be the weekend parent. This what you want?
Yeah, mediator is what they need. Seriously, I wouldn't even have conversations with him.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Plez, what are your thoughts on that scene?
It was a hot mess, but we know that Martel is hot mess central. I agree. At this point, they need a third party dropping off and picking up, or when Mama Holt ain't out getting her groove on, honey, I'll be like, Mama Holt, it's your son's week with the kids. I'm gonna drop them by you today at 1, and he can come there and pick them up. That way they don't have to have any face-to-face interaction. He's going to keep trying to manipulate her and find a way to be in her presence. He is just that pressed about this whole thing. But I loved her dropping those Hiroshima bombs on him. His face was all like, and I don't know why. Your mama already told you that's her daughter-in-law. She gonna keep telling you, keep running over there telling your mama everything. Your mama gonna tell her everything she know, because that's just how it is. She thinks Melody should already know these things. You know what I'm saying? But for her to use that, throw the deuces, walk off, then him running back to the car, just finding something to say. Wait a minute, we still got to talk about no, whatever we need to talk about, put it in writing, send it to my attorney. We'll talk like that. Send it in a text, carrier pigeon, something, baby. We don't need to have words ever in life at all. But I was glad that she admitted that she was irritated and frustrated. Look, this is life. I hate to see them arguing like this, but it also shows he thinks it's going to show her in a negative light. It's only going to show him, like the video that we talked about earlier this week, because you did all of that with your children in the car next to you. Those kids see that. They hear that. And you don't even have enough respect for them to not constantly go at their mother's neck for no reason. She was trying to get out. She was trying to be cordial. Hey, how you doing? Here go your kids. Have fun with them. Bye. And he just insisted on provoking.
Yeah. He can't help himself, I'm also starting to think he's doing it for TV as well, for a scene. Yeah. He knows what, the show needs, and he is an executive producer. So, and he's giving because this is a lot. It's a lot. So moving on, Maurice has called a meeting to talk about Jaylen's future, and Kimmy's on hand. Maurice sees that Jaylen is not passionate about anything in life and feels that Jaylen is in a dark place. Maurice wants to know, is there anything in the atmosphere that excites him? And Jaylen tells him he doesn't have a passion for anything. No, it's a dub. I'm just floating through life like a particle of matter, basically. Kimmy reminds Maurice that he once also didn't have direction and did multiple things until he found his way, and he needs to back off her son. Jaylen is confused, and Maurice can't wrap his head around the lack of passion for life or career or anything. What are your thoughts, Bishop?
I'm with Kimmy on this at this point in time. Like, I understand, Maurice. You're trying to raise a business tycoon for a son, but I'm like, that young man is he's not the brightest crayon in the crayon box. And it's nothing wrong with that. He even stated that he didn't know what he want to do. He just want to make money now. So just let the young man make money and get off his back about it, and just let him figure out his way through life. As long as he has, some money in his pocket, and he making his own money, and he can start taking care of his own bills, then let him do that, because then a light bulb might go off and he might bump into what he's really passionate about. But until then, all these little meetings Maurice is doing is letting me know that his life is not that exciting. Because almost every scene is either the sons in the scene or Miss Wanda in the game.
Yeah. Schoolboy, what are your thoughts on the scene? Are you,
They needed a moment. Him and Kimmy ain't got ish going on. How many times can we keep talking about this? Okay, the boy, and I'm like, Bishop, the boy don't seem to, I don't know. I'm gonna leave that alone. I don't talk about his kids. It just, he just, it's not there for him. And let me be honest, I'm 30, I'll be 35 next Monday. And a lot of times you have a feeling of what your purpose is, but it might be a while before your purpose come to you. You might still work a job for, 10, 15. You might, until you find what your niche is. Pressing this man every damn day. I bet you if I was Jaylen, when I got up and seen that fool, I would try to go down the other hallway or something. Because he probably stopping him in the hallway where that man is in his drawers. Asking him, well, what are you gonna do today? Are you gonna go? What are you doing? Maurice seems like one of them people that just nag the living hell out of you, and you're not making it better. Kimmy knows her son. That was her son way before you came into the picture, sir. He's grown now. You can't be doing all this raising that you're trying to do. You need to go focus on Monster. What is up with that? Because he hasn't been spoken about all season. Did his mama didn't sign the consent form for y'all to use him this season? Is that what it is? Because this focal on this boy and what he's doing with his life is wearing me the hell out. I don't know about everybody in the chat, but it's wearing me the hell out. I need them to move on. He's working. He paying rent. What else do you want him to do? I'm like, Jaylen, go, sir, if you're watching this review, go get your own place. Move out. Leave down. Move out. Get your own spot. And you figure your own journey. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody is not meant to be an entrepreneur. And I'm going to say this again for the chat, because some of y'all don't understand that either. Everybody ain't meant to be an entrepreneur. Everybody's not meant to be a business owner. Everybody don't have those skills to do that. And you can clearly say this boy don't have a passion for it. He just got out of college. Give him time. But Maurice, Kimmy, please get y'all a storyline or get the hell off the show.
Plus, well, mic drop. Plus, what are your thoughts on Maurice pressuring Jaylen to do something? I just think he don't like him walking, a grown-ass man in his house, not necessarily focused on something, because he's so passionate.
No, he is focused. He has a job. He has a 9 to 5. I don't know what else they want him to do. He's not sitting there playing the PS5 all day, every day. He gets up and goes to work. And that's what most parents tell their children. You're either going to go to school or go to work. He's going to work. He didn't decide to move forward and get a master's or anything. And a lot of parents and older people have this thing. I talk to my sister about it all the time with my nieces, where they forget for some reason what it was like to be 22. Like, they aren't all, and even if you were a certain way at 22 or at 18, it doesn't mean that your child is going to be like that. I was organized. I knew what I wanted to do. I had a plan. Okay, but most people don't. I did. Because I did, my parents didn't have the money to pay for school. I had to keep my scholarship. I couldn't take 5-6 years to get out of school. The scholarship was for 4 years. You had to get it done in 4 years. So, I remember wanting to do like Teach for America. My mom was like, no, go straight through, get your degrees and be done. So your parents will limit a lot. And I just really hate that. As long as it's a solid thing, as long as it's not, he's not sitting there saying, I'm going to get a studio and be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's doing something. And Maurice clearly didn't have it all together and all figured out because he just went back to law school at 40 years of age? So you can always change. You can always pivot. What might be your passion at 18 or 20? When I went to Xavier, I just knew I was going to be a pediatrician or a psychiatrist. Nah, did a few tours of medical school, realized I wasn't fit to work on cadavers. Like, I literally fainted when I got in the cadaver room. I might not make it through medical school. Let me switch it on up. And my mother to this day will tell people, oh, she was supposed to be a doctor. Whatever. I am what I am. It is what it is. And so I know they mean well, but you have to let your child figure out some things on their own. And to that point, I'm sorry, y'all. All I saw in that scene was Maurice's ego. That was not about Jaylen. He literally said, I counsel people and I create dreams and I help people figure it out, and I can't even help my own son. So he is more worried about what people around Huntsville gonna say because little Jaylen ain't at the construction site, or little Jaylen ain't out here giving classes about construction. You cannot put that type of pressure on your children, particularly when it's about you, not them. That's where that was lost on me. And I'm sorry, I was there for Kimmy, reminding him, you didn't have it all together either, sir. You have tried and failed over and over and over again. And I agree with Schoolboy. Entrepreneurship is not for everybody. Some people jump in these LLCs, don't have no paperwork, ain't got their taxes right. It ends up falling into bad standing with the state because you don't know what all is entailed into that. And also, I personally would not suggest that he move out. Rent is a lot, at least where I live. So as long, if he can create boundaries and get them off of his back, and as long as he ain't in there, bringing in no little girls trying to do too much grown people things. Then when you get to the point where you want to do grown people things, you need to pack on up. But if he can stay and stack his money, especially with him not having any student loan debt, I suggest that he do that and use his money wisely. Don't be out here buying bottles at the club for your friends. I did that too. Don't do it.
I think he did. The only reason why I suggested the move-in play is because he said in the last episode he would just move out. So I'm like, okay, well, if he must be making a decent wage somewhere where he's just getting tired of being hung up by Maurice with these constant conversations. And I just don't. I don't get it. I don't understand Maurice. I really don't. I don't.
I think if they've had the conversation, so hopefully they will honor his boundaries. I will give them another chance. I'm just saying, like, I've been out of the house since I was 18. And I will say, but I'm also a female, and I firmly believe that all women need their own space. Me and my mother, but that was the thing. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going to have to answer questions. Where you going? It's after 10. Where you know that friend from? Who they people is? I can't. Especially once I had been to college. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have somebody checking my every move at that point, so I couldn't go back to that life. But if I could have tolerated it, my mother was that type of mother where you don't have to pay me anything. Just stack your money. And I didn't do that. So if somebody has somebody who's willing to give them a little space, but allow them to grow and save money, I think, that would be the best thing to do. But if he can't take it, then yeah, you need to get out.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it is part ego. Like Ples said, and also too, just sometimes motivated people have a hard time being around non-motivated people. He needs to have some sort of fire, something, It just, like, you look at this photo. Let me put it back up here. Sorry, close that down.
I already know.
Right there. The glasses are not fitting properly. I mean, someone said he went to the same college as Tisha. I don't
Goo
know.
goo gaga.
Yeah, it is giving me Goo Goo Gaga energy. It is. He just seems lost, you know. I don't know. I don't know. I wish him well, you know. Everyone can't be the same. If we had a society filled of, you know, all A types, it just wouldn't make the world go around. We need diversity. We need owners and we need buyers, right? We if we all had people owning businesses, who would be the consumers? I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, of course, obviously, right? An owner could be a consumer too, but you see what I'm saying. There's
Mhm.
markets for everything and there's lanes for everyone. I think Jaylen will be all right. His mother's not gonna let him fail. She has his hand. All right. So moving on, up next is the girls' camping trip. And Tisha is already off to a rocky start by showing up late. She's late. The ladies are joined by Ima and Ima. I'm sorry, Ima. She's a roots doctor. Okay. And she describes herself as a spiritual healer and everything. And yeah. Bishop, you already know. I was just I hit it with the child. Okay, so Ima is a roots doctor and she's there to assist in their healing and be like a mediator and facilitate everything. They participate in a group session about their feelings and how they make each other feel. Destiny gets emotional when she talks about um, Mel being a good support system to her and being there for her. And, you know, Destiny's gone through a lot and it's a vulnerable moment, right? Very touching. It's raw. Mel says her card is for Tisha and it says misunderstood. Mel feels their friendship deteriorated over a misunderstanding. Tisha may have misinterpreted why their friendship fell apart because in Mel's eyes, Tisha wasn't the problem. Mel says that she was going through things and experiencing her own issues, but that may have reflected poorly in Tisha's mind. She created a scenario that it was, you know, she was the problem. And Tisha's like, no, that's BS, basically. She says, no, that's BS. The way I remember it is the reason why we fell out is because you tried to destroy my marriage. Producers did show a clip of them having a conversation. You know how they always do the receipt of Melody and Tisha talking, and Melody saying that basically backing up what she said to Tisha. And then Tisha goes into Mel going on social media and accusing her husband of sleeping with a hairdresser. She didn't go into much detail. And Mel kept saying, just articulate yourself. Give me a receipt. What are you talking about? And eventually Mel just gets up and walks away. She's like, I can't deal with her. I can't communicate with her. I can't get through to her. Bishop, what are your thoughts on that scene?
Well, what I seen was two left shoes. They both was wrong. Um, Tisha had the right to feel the way she felt, and in Tisha's mind, it all started with you throwing, low blows at my marriage because your marriage wasn't working. And I can understand and sympathize with her on that because Melanie was throwing daggers and she was being petty along with Marcel. That's why I said she progressed and grew up beyond Martel. And the reason why I'm saying that because Melody was being petty too back then. And Melody and Martel was the same person. I'm sorry. They were the same person in everybody else's business, throwing stones at other folks' houses while their house is made out of glass. And I felt like that was unfair. If those are your friends, they're your friends. Stay out of their marital business. You know what I mean? If you want to expose your marital business, expose it. So I kind of felt Tisha on that because Melody was trying to say, I was just, we was misunderstood. I'm like, nah, ma'am, you were throwing stones at one point. So I kind of felt her on that, and she didn't really want to. And what I don't like about Tisha, she didn't really break it all the way down. She kept tap dancing. Like, ma'am, just say it. You know what I mean? Just put it all on the table. If you're upset about something, lay it all on the table. Don't tap dance around it and stuff like that. But if you're trying to come there for healing, you need to be there all the way. And I'm kind of getting sick of Melody just jumping up and running. Honestly, I'm tired of that. Like, if you want to confront something, face something, face it head on. You know what I mean? And if she ain't give you nothing, saying we're moving on, let's come back to this when you're ready to say what you're going to say. That's at least what I would have done.
Yeah, that makes sense too. Schoolboy, what are your thoughts?
Therapy tactics only work if all parties involved are really willing to be honest in order to move past it. First of all, everybody wrong. Okay. Melody wrong because she was being high school. Tisha wrong because she was being high school. They both being high school. Y'all both grown ass women with children. I need y'all to grow the hell up. Then Tisha, first of all, your energy was wrong, man, when you came in. So your energy was nasty from the jump. So you can't expect somebody to meet you to come in so that y'all can have an even kill when your energy was, it was gross. When I was sitting there watching, I was like, oh, damn, she came in. You came late, and I believe that was on purpose, okay? Because you really didn't want to be there, but you needed to go ahead and film that scene so you can get paid, okay? So you purposely came late. Then you showed up with a nasty attitude. Then all of a sudden you got to change your pants because you didn't. Ma'am, you were doing team too damn much. Sit your ass down and do the scene so we can get over with and we can move on. It's like two kids that's, it's like somebody got a bone and they just ram at the bone, or just a dog just ram at the steak. You just keep ripping at a tough steak. You keep ripping at it, but you are not being woman enough to articulate. And I take that back to her issues with her mama. She can't check her mama. So that further lets me know that she cannot have articulate relationship or even conversation with any woman or explain herself because she doesn't know how to do that with her mother. Tisha lacks communication skills. She cannot do it. I don't care if it's with Marsau, with her mama, with anybody. She just can't do it. So I didn't expect much to happen from this scene. Melody, you know damn well what you said. You know what you said, ma'am. You know what you said, okay? And even in that moment, you said misunderstood. No, you knew the hell what you said, ma'am. All you had to do was say, look, I was in a bad place with Martel. We was going through what we was going through, and I threw shots at your marriage because mine was falling apart. As a woman, I apologize. I shouldn't have attacked your marriage. Boom. That's it. That would have solved you and her problem, because there would have been nothing else to say, because really that's all that woman want to hear is you to just to own your shit and apologize. Instead, like Bishop said, you got up, you ran away from it, and you didn't want to deal. The same ish that you and Martel do between each other. Y'all run from it, but y'all don't really want to deal with it. And when you're ready to deal with it, he ain't ready to deal with it. So then y'all play these tit for tat games. When you fully grow up and you fully get to a point where you are in a place of growth, you grow in all areas of your life. You don't pick and choose what areas you want to grow in. And this is really petty for two grown women to continue to be doing this. This is absolutely ridiculous. At this point, the hell with the friendship, because it ain't going to come back. Neither one of y'all are going to be honest about the situation. Wrap it up in a bow and let it go. Because at this point, it's crazy. And Tisha's still sitting up there, and I still, like I said before, I do believe Marsau probably did some stuff in the back in the day around Martel, birds of a feather flock together. I still believe that. He did it. And even if he is still doing it now, there is no proof. Monica, you've been saying, like we all been saying, where is the proof? If he's cheating, where is the proof? This is why you don't take shots like that at other people's marriage or relationships. If you don't want a million coming back at you, because eventually the energy, you don't give bad energy that you don't want to receive. I'm just, for me, that was what I got from it. And both of them is childish. The hell with both of them at this point for me.
Yes. Well said. Plez, what are your thoughts? Then we can address Cassandra's comment in the chat.
My thought is Tisha should have stayed at home. It is what it is. Like, I wish people would understand. I understand it's TV, but at some point, if you're going to be a principal person, you have to be a principal person. If you're not going to go and be open and be willing to make progress, if that's not where you are, decline the invitation and don't go. Because when you go, like everybody has already said, You go, looks like 2-3 hours late. Cause when everybody else arrived, it was light, it was daylight. She got there, it was pitch black. So at least an hour or two late. Then you come in talking about, I was busy with my kids. They all got kids. Those excuses are lame. And then her energy and everything about her was completely closed off to healing, to even a conversation. They are both two peas in a pod. But again, I hate when people only pick up what one person does. So if we're going to say, Mel has to own her stuff, Tisha has to own hers too. There's no accountability on either part. Neither one of them are being accountable in their actions. Mel and Martel made jokes or whatever about their relationship. Just because I make jokes, like I said the other week, my mama a crackhead, I can call her a crackhead. You can't. So if I choose to joke about my marriage, you and your husband should not continue the joke, and definitely should not continue the joke outside of my presence. Then she sat down at that brunch dinner, whatever they were at, and brought receipts about about Martel buying this girl a BMW. Okay, they was joking about something else. They didn't bring in the car, so they may have put it out there. You took it to a whole different level, ma'am. And so, yes, if you're coming at me about that, and I know some stuff about you and your husband, I'm going to come at you too. Yes, we can say, well, you shouldn't do it. Yeah, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Two rights don't make a wrong. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Two wrongs don't make a right. They were both wrong. But Tisha constantly wants Mel to keep saying, Mel was wrong, Mel was wrong, Mel was wrong. You were wrong too. When are you going to own what you do? But you can't. You don't even know. The accountability is not a word that you, Wanda, nobody in your family know. You can't say when your mama was wrong. I saw the other day a live that she did, and people were asking her about the things her mother says and why she allows her mother into her marriage. She couldn't even enunciate herself on talking to a phone on live. Well, that's my mama, and I was always taught to respect my elders. And I watched the video, but she wasn't really talking about their hair. You have to know how she grew up to understand what she was saying. No, wrong. She was wrong. Point blank. Period. There is no but. There is no you need to know. No, we don't need to know nothing about her background to know that she messy, old, petty, and trifling. That's all we need to know. Now, are you going to address that, or are you going to continue to let her poison your marriage and your children? That's what that is. She cannot hold herself accountable. She will not admit her wrong. Instead, she just wants to point at what Melody did. Now, Melody should have said, yes, I said something about your marriage on social media because I felt justified because of XYZ. But they both are stuck on the word lie, right? They both feel like they told the truth in their respective circumstances, in their stances. Now, you can tell the truth. Should you is the question. So that's where they're not meeting each other. Tisha feels justified in her truth that he did buy her a BMW, blah, blah, blah. Mel feels justified in her truth of your husband is cheating, you just too dumb to see it. So, truth is truth. But at some point, if you want to move forward, you have to say, you know what? That might be the truth. It wasn't my place to say it. Touche, sister. I'm going to let you figure out whatever you got to figure out on your own. Because she said it. I know more about your life than you do. She's trying to give a heads up, but you can't make nobody see what they don't want to see. So when she sees it, if Martell ever gets caught, Marsau ever gets caught, it'll come out. But right now, they just need to quit trying to put this friendship back together. It ain't happening. And it doesn't need to, honestly, from where I sit.
Mm-hmm. What's good for the goose is good for the gander, I say. If Google Gaga is going around saying stuff about Melody's marriage, then Melody has the right to come back with whatever she comes back with. You can't tell somebody how mad they should get or what they can and can't say to you in a fight. Just like if you hit me and I pick up a knife and stab you, listen, you started the shit, okay? You can't complain about it afterwards. Thick Girl 40, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you. Tisha started in the middle again. It started at the table. That's what started the fracture. And by the time of the reunion, it was war. Also, Mel showed the receipt, but Tisha and Marsau paid for the receipt to go away. I don't know about that. I don't know if they paid or didn't pay. I don't know if he's cheating or not. But if he is, listen, what goes on in the dark will eventually come to light. I will say that. What else we got going on here? IG Entertainment. Thank you for the super chat. We appreciate you. Jealous Tisha started the first season during the Holt anniversary dinner by exposing the Holt's infidelity issues at the dinner. Okay, like I said, look, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Don't start none if you don't want none. That's my motto. Don't start it. Because I may ignore you for a little bit of time, but you never know. It's the quiet ones you got to be scared of. You know what I'm saying?
Level of petty gets real low. It gets real low sometimes. It'll go. How low do you want to go? And somebody in the chat tried to tell me my opinion was wrong. No, it's not. My opinion is not wrong. It's my opinion. At the end of the day, I did say both of them are wrong. They both need to grow up. And at this point, I'm like, players. The relationship is dead. It don't need no CPR. Let that ish go.
Yeah, it's dead. And I mean, how can you have a relationship with Tisha? She's a little girl. That's like having a relationship with your 5-year-old. I mean, there's not much depth to it, right? And you keep trying to explain shit to her every conversation over and over. And every time I speak to you as a friend, I don't want to keep hearing about the same stuff. Especially if I gave you a resolution to the problem last week, bitch, let's keep this shit moving, okay? For real. Like listen, time is money. I'm a busy lady. Like, look. Okay?
Right. That's why I don't want nobody to destroy this relationship she has with Marsau because she needs a parental figure. I know it sounds bad, but some relationships, some people do need that parental figure, and sometimes the partner is okay with being the parental figure. I mean, it works for them, and she needs it because if I feel like it's a teacher and student relationship, and I'm like, bravo to Marsau. He has enough patience for that girl because Lord knows I couldn't do it.
Patience of Job.
I would say I'm going to get a gallon of milk and never come back.
I mean, and it's sad because you can tell when he's talking to her, it's like he gets so frustrated because he's just like, I just want to shake the hell out you because you're so damn special. What do you not understand what I'm saying to you? That's why I couldn't be in a relationship with somebody where I got to be your parent. You need to be grown when I get with you. I don't have time. I got other stuff to be doing. I can't be raising you and the kid. That's why the man don't never be at home. He's tired. Then wanting to come around there. Oh,
listen, that scene on the bed, I think it was like 2 episodes ago, where she was just going on and on about Kimmy. And, he was getting frustrated. Then he had to remind himself, I am the parent in this relationship. And he turned into that junior high school counselor. He's like, oh, come here, Google Gaga. It's okay. Come here.
But now, Monica, I know how you feel about Kim, but put yourself in Kimmy's shoes. Girl, and Tisha kept coming to you talking about, why you don't like my mama? Will you have her at the event? Now wouldn't you get mad and say a couple of words?
You know what though?
Would you be rude?
I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be rude to her. I would just probably not pick up the phone. Because I don't like being rude to people. See, that's the thing. I don't like being mean to people. I don't like hurting their feelings like that. Like people I have personal relationships with. So it's just easier for me. Girl, I missed the phone call. Oh, dang. I ain't see your text. I know you texted me last month I'm now getting around to it. That kind of thing. I wouldn't want to hurt her
People like
feelings.
her don't understand it. That's why she keep trying to get that lady to move in over on the Scott's whatever they building over there, they compound, and she's like, no, thank you, because I'm gonna ignore the phone call and you gonna come knock on the door. No, ma'am.
Right? No, they don't be. Yeah, she's special. That's what it is. It's like, you have a cousin or a good friend, and they're just special, and you gotta treat them accordingly. I try not to make fun of them. Hi, Vibe. Thank you so much for the super chat. Sister Ples has spoken a word today. Let the church say amen. Hallelujah.
Amen.
Glory.
Yeah, that's
She's
right.
the guest evangelist.
She preaching, child. A word. Yeah, I try not to hurt. I really, especially like her, I would kind of fall into, and if she was a family member, like a sister or something, it's like, bless her heart,
Mm-hmm.
and you treat her accordingly. I always ask myself, like, what would Jesus want me to do?
I understand. I'm like that too, but I just understand when people are done, like they're done, and I give you all the grace in the world. And I'm like you. I have girlfriends who, girl, you got about 3 times to come to me complaining about your man. I'm gonna give you my opinion, and after that, you must like it. Quit talking to me about that. Next subject. We can talk about anything else. If you're gonna stay, we don't need to talk about it anymore.
And the older I get, people would always tell me, Monica, you're a magnet for the crazies. Like, I always have the craziest friends. They always got the crazy, extreme problems. And I used to take everybody in like an orphanage, but
I got that too.
I've grown out of it.
I think we've all kind of talked and said that our personalities are very empathic. That's one thing that I actually love about the mask. I might be wearing a mask in public from here on out because I would just be like in stores browsing and people would come up and talk to me. And I'm like, do I look friendly? Am I smiling? What is wrong? Why are you telling me your whole life story right now, ma'am? And I don't want to be rude. So I'm always like, well, sister, we're going to, let's pray about it. God is able. Like, I really don't know what to say. Or, one thing that's really offensive to me, like I would be in like Target or Walmart, like a store that has clear indications that you work there. Right. And I'm like walking around with my clothes or looking on the aisle, and people are like, do you work here? Do it look like I work here? Do you see a name tag? What are you talking about? I'm like, is it because I'm black? What is going on? Why do you think I work here?
You just look approachable. I mean, it's the cheeks. For me, it's the cheeks. You just look friendly. You look
I think so.
like
that's
somebody
why I like
people
my
can
mask
approach.
now, honey. You can't see nothing. Then I have on my goggles too, in and out.
Goggles?
What? Yeah, it can get in your eyes. I don't play that.
Oh Lord Jesus.
I wear glasses, so that helps. Yeah, I didn't know it can get in your eyes. You can, huh? Wow.
You got it somebody's thigh and they had it on their thigh. I was like,
well, no, but some people's first symptoms is pink eye.
Oh yeah, so, That's right. Barbara Banks, thank you so much for the super chat. Why do Mel keep saying Martel wasn't a cheater until he started hanging with Marsau? It's someone else's fault. Her husband cheats. I'm confused. Oh, girl, that's a good question.
That is.
I don't know.
But see, even in that conversation, to me, that was telling on yourself. She said until we started hanging around y'all, it was other couples at that table. So why would you automatically think he was talking about Marsau? I didn't get that. She said until I started hanging around this friends group, we didn't have a problem with cheating. She didn't say Marsau specifically.
Well, I think it's because him and Martel's closer in age. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Martel must have seen him doing stuff, or I don't know, might have been in the pool with a bunch of girls, and maybe Marsau said, "Show me your titty" or something. Who knows, child? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
But my thing is this: no grown man can make another grown man, stick his Johnson in someone's box. You can't make nobody.
If you a dog, you a dog. You've been had rabies and been rabid out here in these streets. So that was already indoctrinated way before the friendships have come across. So I don't. I don't know what she like I said, they make petty digs at each other. It's hard for me to decipher who's being honest and who's being real and who just trying to hurt the other one the most by saying the most salacious mess. And I think that's where they have gotten to it. And you just need to let it go.
I can't wait till some of they bones start falling out where it gets so bad. Like, you were sleeping with the FedEx guy. I can't believe you said that. You were sleeping with that guy at Target. How dare you?
See, I don't think you can make another person. You definitely can't make somebody else. But I will say, as we all say, birds of a feather flock together. So if he already had that inkling and he saw someone else doing it who was getting away with it, he probably was like, "Oh well, I can do that too." But see, the difference is, little sir, I love when people, and this is a message for everybody, y'all. This is why you don't compare yourselves to others. You don't know what somebody has. Marsau ain't my favorite, but he definitely has the gift of gab. He also has a nice coin. And I think he knows if he does mess around, he got people that he pay and he give them a nice dinner or pay a little bill here or there. And he knows how to keep it under wraps. People are drawn to men like that. Martel is lame. Let's be real. Martel is lame.
He got a hood rat.
And that's why he went over there and got pee-whipped and couldn't stay away for 5 years.
And he
know how to stick and move.
A hood rat too at that. You ever heard Ariel speak? Oh my God. Oh
yes. Yeah, he know how to stick and move. He fell in love with whatever trick she was doing in the bedroom. Marsau don't get attached like that.
He remind me of Chevelle from Love at the Lock of Ghetto.
Oh yes.
Yes.
I told you my story with Chevelle, right? I interviewed her recently, and I've never done this, but I didn't even publish the interview because she was so freaking ghetto. Okay, you can't come in here. She acted like she wanted to fight me in an interview just for asking her simple questions about the show. Excuse me, would you? I said, you know what, ma'am, we're gonna have to end this interview. And I canned it. I don't have time for stuff like that.
Could you play it on like Patreon or something?
Her hood rat. I might. Her hood. She's a hood rat.
But like I said, I just it's something about people. If you want to cheat, people just cheat because they want to cheat. That's something indoctrinated in them, and they like either the excitement or whatever is involved with the aspect of cheating. I've had friends that I just be like, look, man, I can't be friends with you no more. And they be like, why? Because you cheat. You cheat on your girl. And I don't want your girl ever asking me or you ever using me in a lie, talking about, and I'm laid up with my woman. No, you will not use me because I'm going to tell the truth. They ain't with me. You hear I'm right on the FaceTime. Yep, you see she in the bed with me. We here. I don't know where they at.
Yeah.
Because I don't lie for people like that. I don't want that karma.
Look, I'm like players on this one. I have separate rooms. I don't know what you do. You don't bring it to me because I already told you what you do. I don't want to be involved in. If you involve me, I would have to tell the truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God. So you might not want to implicate me in this one. Like, dog, you ain't gonna do that for me. And everybody know they're on out. They're like, oh, nah, I ain't gonna do that in front of him because I'm not trying to get him caught up. Yeah, you sure not gonna get me caught up. Thank you.
Right? Yeah. I'm not gonna lie for you either. I don't have your man calling me because I'm too grown to be lying for you, sis. You can cheat, but do it over there. Don't you do it. Just I'm staying out of it. I don't want to lie for you. That's not even a matter of having your girl's back. I am just too grown for that. I've outgrown it. 10 years ago, maybe. Now it's like, that shit is tacky. Get yourself together. It really is. It really is.
It's not you.
No, it's not. It's not. Yeah, I want to answer this question from the chat. Let me read. So it says here, it's from Cassandra. She says, Monica Ples, Schoolboy Bishop, why did Tisha think the women should just sit there sad, waiting on her to get there? She came in with the negative energy. She's so childish. Y'all hear her? Yeah. What do you think? Yeah, that's another aspect of her personality that's just very immature. Okay. Bishop, what are your thoughts about her showing up late, then needing a wardrobe change, and was like, I guess, they just wanted to go ahead and start without me. Yeah, they did.
With people like that, you have to have the patience of Job. And, you literally have to have biblical patience. And I don't have patience for people like her. You know, if she'd have made that comment out loud, I'm like, what you want me to do? You want us to wait for you? You know what I mean? So I probably would have just laughed at her, like, girl, you so dumb. I wouldn't even be able to take her seriously. But God bless the short yellow bus. I mean, it is what it is. Y'all let her in the group. It is what it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And no offense to anyone that has or is riding the short yellow bus. We just it's for shits and giggles, y'all. We're not trying to offend anybody at all.
Mm-hmm.
Schoolboy, were you down with Tisha showing up late? And it's just the entitlement, right? Why would you expect that this whole entire group, the world, to stop for you? Who the hell are you?
Yeah, see, the sun don't rise and set on your ass. And see, the further when people understand that, the better you can be able to have friends and be able to communicate and be an adult. I see, even if you're a friend and we say we going to brunch or we going somewhere, and you say by a certain time, after 5 to 10 minutes, my ass is gone. I'm not sitting up here all day waiting. I got other shit to do. I can go do what I need to do during the daytime. I'm not lying around with you waiting for you to decide when you gonna show up because you taking your time. You don't hang around people that no longer feed your growth. So if you still doing the same thing and and I'm growing, I'm just not gonna do that. Tisha did that ish on purpose. Letitia did that on purpose. And the attitude and being nasty and coming in and feeling like, oh, I'm not kissing your ass. In a way, I couldn't get upset with, male, being the way that she was, because it's like, okay, you want me to, you want to get on it. You claim you want to get on this wavelength, but then you're not really willing to do the work. You just want somebody to kiss your ass for friendship. It just ain't happening. I'm too old to be kissing folks' ass for friendship. I don't need it like that.
Yeah, we too grown for it. Seriously. Plus, what were your thoughts? I mean, I know how you feel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That she was bat-ish crazy for thinking somebody gonna sit around and twiddle their fingers waiting on her to be an hour or two late. No, ma'am, Pam, you're right. We done popped these bottles. We over here giggling and kikiing and having our champagne. Those women are enjoying being away from their children and their jobs and everything else. You think we sitting here sad because you ain't here yet? No. But if you had been on time, you know what I'm saying? That is what petty and I don't know what humbuggish, that's the word I've been trying to say this whole time. Humbuggish people do. They nitpick and find something to be mad about. Well, it sure look like they've been having a good time without me. Sure have. DJ, turn the music up. Y'all got them candles going over there. What are we doing? Like, no, ma'am. It was only a 1-day thing. They already catered to you because Destiny wanted to make it 3 days. But we bump it down to 1 day. We dial back everything that we wanted to do to appease you. And you have the nerve to be this late. Girl, bye.
I know, it's so childish and so immature. People that think like that, I can't get with that mentality. It's an inflated sense of self. Right, your self value is so inflated and immature that you think the world needs to stop revolving because of you, girl. Bye. No. Hey, my love, princess, how are you? Oh, you know what, princess? Before you start, my love, I want to acknowledge a super chat. Barbara Banks, thank you so much for the super chat. Why do Mel keep saying Martel wasn't a cheater until he started hanging with Marsau? Okay, I did acknowledge that, didn't I? Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Princess, how are you?
Harper, who's this woman?
The box said her name was Jaleesa.
Oh, Jaleesa.
So I just left it like that.
Were you on a different world, Jaleesa?
That was old head at the club. I guess I'll start backwards with Goo Goo Gaga. The reason why Goo Goo Gaga came to the party like that, and I'm gonna Goo Goo Gaga thought that because they asked her twice to come to the event, that she was the event. So when you think that people come to see you, baby, ain't nobody came to see you, Otis. See, that's what she was thinking was. She thought she was David Ruffin of the crew, and she thought that they gonna come because I say they coming. You know what I'm saying? And when I show up, that's when the party starts. So that's where that BS came from. She thought that she was special, and when she got there, she found out they had kicked her up out the group. Now, David, you was late and you didn't pay your fine, and you over there sniffing them drugs and doing whatever you was doing. So the show must go on. It started at 7 o'clock. You coming in here at 9, thinking you gonna walk down the aisle with your friend, whatever that dude named your manager, and you was gonna come down the aisle and steal the show. No, not today, Satan. So she was salty. That's all that was. She thought that she was gonna come and be the life of the party, or they were gonna come and cater to her, and she was totally mistaken in that point. And you know, I've hit and skipped on past episodes of Love and Marriage Huntsville, but I've watched a lot of it since it started. And at the end of the day, when you have to be careful when you accuse people of cheating, when you make accusations or speculations, any of that, because first of all, you're planting seeds, whether you want to or not. But you best believe if I ever say somebody cheating, I have a Rolodex. You know, I'm like players. I got a whole binder, and I'm probably gonna tell the person that was cheating on you that I know that they cheating on you, and I'm about to tell on them. Okay, if I feel so inclined that it was that much of my business to even be bothered. They do not seem like they were real friends in the first place. They are surface friends, and that's it. Because if they were real good girlfriends, that they would have been able to get over this. Because I'm just sitting here listening to the fight consistently. Oh, she didn't listen to me. Oh, you was trying to ruin my marriage. Oh, well, you was trying to ruin my marriage. Okay, but y'all both still married after the fact. You know, Melody let Martel cheat on her for 5 years. It was kind of like Wendy Williams. Okay, I know you cheating. You know, last year, Martel said, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop. I want to be with you. I want my family. And that must have lasted for like 2-3 weeks. And you saw Melody go through it. You know, she was sitting there nervous every time he farted, every time he look at his phone. Who is that you calling? Where you at? Who you with? You with Marsau? What you and Marsau doing? Because that, I think that was a triggering point for her as well, is that she thought Marsau was helping Martel be in the streets. And finally, Marsau was like, look, y'all not finna implicate me in this foolishness. Let me detach myself from the whole situation. I might have my mistress, but you won't know about it, okay? And just the fact that he came up with this baby, that really was like, oh man, you done messed up big time. Like you messed up the code of the streets. And I think that had something to do with it. And Letitia cannot come to grips and be honest with herself that Marsau may be out in the streets. She don't know where he be at half the time, but I find it problematic that it's okay for her mother, Wanda, to say in her face, in her husband's face, that your husband is cheating. You got another woman in the car with you, or you're doing this, that, and the other, which I would have stopped my mother in her tracks. Stay up out of my marriage. Don't do that. You're wrong. And it's inappropriate for you to even comment anything on my marriage and to talk to my husband in that manner. It was purely disrespectful. So how is it okay because your mother did it simply because she's your mother and she planted those seeds and you went right with it? Yeah, where was you in your car? Why did you drive the sports car and not the pickup truck? But then your bestie, allegedly, your good girlfriend, who you're supposed to confide in, who's supposed to be your friend, could not say anything about your marriage. Them two people, they was pillow talking. You know, that's when you really good in your relationship, is when you could sit and talk to your mate as your friend and y'all can sit up gossiping about one another and talk about people together. That's when you are strong in your relationship during those times. Yeah, we both, I hate you. My husband hates you. We hate each other together, okay? We are a team. And so, you know, they kind of lost that or whatever. But Google Gaga doing that, and I feel like Marsau was doing a Coach Shaw moment multiple times when it comes to Letitia, and when he talks to her when they was in that bubble, and he has to stop, like in the other scene that Monica was talking about. Okay, sit down. Let me coach you into what we need to do, and what you need. Well, are you gonna get over it? Okay, because I think he's tired of hearing it. Men do not like to hear about women's problems and like to sit up here and listen to you vent about BS. And he's like, okay, so are we going to continue to go through this bullshit? Okay, I just want to have a dinner and get some cat. That's it, you know. And I was just curious of how she got this whole bubble and this whole chef out there, and this man was none the wiser to what was going on right outside the door. Seemed like it would have been a little loud. I would have came out, looked out the window, said, "What is this?" So, you know, that was a whole production thing with that, but it was cute or whatever. Why did you need a bubble in the COVID? Ain't nobody out there but you. Okay, whatever, but it was cute. She should have just gave him some cat and just be quiet. Ladies, men want us to be quiet sometimes. Okay, just make the mood better. Just love on them, do dirty things to them. Just be quiet. That is the best thing you could do. And Letitia needs to just be quiet, okay? And he's telling her what he needs to do for their household to keep the team going, to keep them on point. And she just wasn't listening. Just say, okay, baby, if you're going to be disobedient to what the man say, just go do it. Just shut up and just say, okay, baby. Okay, thank you, baby. I love you. Thank you for being a provider for my house, and keep on going, and then do dirty deeds to him so you can get what you want later. There's a tip for you. Okay, so then Marshall and Melody in this car scene. Okay, he did that on purpose. And I recollect because I was tired earlier, and he said, I can sense that is something wrong with her. I know she's agitated. And I do think at this point he is becoming an actor for the television, and we gonna get these scenes together. Because that point when she walked around the car, he was like, how you gonna stop on my shit, on my scene? Like, no, we gonna finish this scene, you know. He escalated with her on purpose to get that anger out of her. She was trying to disconnect from him and de-escalate, but he was like, yes, this is a good time to get on her. And it was obvious that either it was production or either it's in the court. When you get to the point that you have to meet up with someone in a parking lot to exchange children, that means that there's really a very sore spot in custody and just period. Like, you can't get along enough for them to drop you off at the house. Y'all might have had to have a mediator, and you decided to meet at a public place just to drop off the kids. That means you're in a bad place. You're really in a bad place at that point. So he already knew that it was some BS, and he wanted to keep the BS going. So I can't go to her house and agitate her and tear up her front yard and stuff. We gonna do something out here in this parking lot to get these ratings. And you know, and I thought it was wrong. I would have been in my car. I probably might not have got out. I might have just opened the door. Y'all get on out and been ready to back on up. You know, get the baby. I would have told the old one, get the baby and get on out. So, you know, I think that was for TV. When it came to Marshall's, again, he needs to say speed. Mama Holt, I am a baby mama twice, and you best believe that I don't like the baby daddies, but I do for damn sure like they mamas. And I call them when I want something and when I want to be by. We could go out to lunch. I'll be like, mama, you know, your son, they know their sons ain't sugar honey iced tea. Just like Mama Holt know her son is garbage. But baby, I love you, and we gonna get along. So it happens like that. She just wanted to know that Melody cheat. Ethically, yeah. Let's be clear. Ethically, she did cheat. Mm-hmm. Ethically, she cheated because she did not have full divorce papers, but she didn't give up no cat. She was moved out. She was talking to the dude. Let that girl live. He got a whole baby and a whole relationship. He had another relationship on her. So he's wrong, and he just needed something to throw at her, and it was wrong. Yes. Now that last one, that daggone child, I got lost children too, okay? Just leave them children alone. They don't be knowing what they want to do with their life. I got one. He got a college degree, and then he started talking about I'm gonna quit college and go be a bounty hunter. Okay, sweetheart, like let them kids live. Okay, as long as they not on drugs or whatever, let them live.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very well said. Thank you for recapping the whole show. We love it. I love to hear your thoughts. I do.
I had to remember it all.
Listen, girl. Okay. We need to bring you up on here because you just be recapping the whole show. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you made a lot of valid points. Absolutely. Those people are
Bounty
amazing.
hunters, what I'm caught up on. Bounty.
Yeah, I'm confused by that.
Then I thought about the bounty hunt dog. I was like, okay.
I like it. I like it. He sees a void in the industry.
Yeah,
he can be the black version of dog. You know, we don't like dog. He don't like black people. No way. We need a black bounty hunter.
That's true. That's true. And they both happy as hell. So listen, Princess, thank you, my love, for calling in. I'm gonna add you to the backstage. Hang out with us, okay? I'll bring you back. Okay. Hi, Loyana. How you doing, baby?
Hey.
Hi, everybody. How's it going this evening?
Doing
How you
good.
doing?
Good. Just a quick comment regarding Maurice and Tisha's son, Jaylen. What Maurice needs to understand, he's really overstepping his bounds because Jaylen does not need to be raised. It's not time for him to reach out for any guidance. He's just graduated from college. He does have a job and he's doing the best he can. At that moment, when he does need that guidance, if Maurice doesn't watch his step, Jaylen's not going to run to him. And I think that he's on the right page, Maurice, that is, but he really needs to give that room so he can turn to him when it's time because he's going to run him off completely. And then his life will probably get a little difficult in there. And not to mention, that'll really cause a strain with Kimmy and Maurice, especially because Kimmy cannot make any decisions when it comes to Maurice Jr., little monster. That's one. Okay. The second one is when Melody was trying to, or when Tisha was saying, slow Tisha, when she was telling Ima that, Melody was trying to attack her family when it came to Martel cheating. And then the producers, they ran that clip back. And when Melody said that Martel didn't do all that foolishness until they got into the friend group, what she was trying to say, now slow Tisha, she's slow, but she got to catch up in there somewhere. But what Melody was trying to say was Martel was in a situation with the other guys, and it was nothing but like a dick swinging competition. As you know, all of them, they've been married, and even Maurice, he was married at the time, or at least had a girlfriend, but Kimmy used to be the side person. And Martel, who think he's fine and think he better than everybody else, that's when he started competing with everybody. I believe that Marsau, he did have some chicks on the side. He's a dabbler. And then also Maurice, he's also a little dabbler here and there too. So Martel, he can't be left off because he think he's fine. So it's a dick swinging competition. I think that's what Melanie was trying to explain to Slow Tisha, but she's just on that Slow Tisha tip that she can't even, see the day, night from day. And then one more thing that pisses me off about Slow Tisha, she sits there and tries to play the victim on any given occasion, but at the same time, she's really the mean one. She's so rude. Don't ever have some invitation to an event. You show up 3 hours late, you probably gonna get cussed out on site. That's just rude of her to do that. But she's mean because every once in a while she'll talk to Melody in third person like she's not even there. And that's really childish. So those are all my little comments for this evening.
Thank you. We appreciate it. You made some valid points. Absolutely. Tisha is gonna, you take care.
I'm sorry.
Bye. Bye. Dr. EVA says Tisha isn't slow. She caught the shade. That's why she was upset with Melody and Martel. Okay. All right. Marcella, my love, thank you so much for the super chat. If Melody would have gave up the kitty, she would have straight dogged out Martel. He will be dust to her. Yeah.
But that's why she's giving it up now.
Uh-huh.
to someone else who's hitting all of the walls and the crevices and corners and has her out here fa la 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 la.
Exactly, schoolboy. That's what I'm
Running through the
saying.
damn field of flowers. La 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 la.
She
What a
Her arms wide open, just
she done forgot how real pipe done felt like. And now she got it. She got that Johnson and Johnson 2 times, not half Johnsons.
Listen.
Saying.
She's into that ting-a-ling, child. Into it. Ooh.
Intertwined.
Oh, Lord have mercy. So beautifully animated. Thank you so much for the super chat. The hostess could have had the 3-day trip, and Letitia could have just came for a day, but I bet they won't make changes for her again. I wouldn't have shortened the trip for someone ungrateful. Yeah, listen, it's a TV show, And the whole point is to make good TV, and Tisha has to be there for good TV. She doesn't understand. It's like the circus,
Could we kick her out and get Miss Wanda instead?
You don't show up. You don't go to the circus if the clowns aren't there, right? You gotta
a fish
listen.
called Wanda. We gonna bring a fish called Wanda in. Okay.
Hey,
we can go ahead and bring her on in. I don't know.
Wouldn't that be funny?
Well, she gonna be bringing the mess. She gonna bring the mess.
Wouldn't that be funny? Miss Wanda came at her house and switched the instructions or the are the directions, and then she got the directions there, and they're like, "What is Miss Wanda doing?"
That's who they needed there, though. They needed her there for real. That would have. She would have set it off.
Bring her, just bring her. She like to just bring her everywhere. I was surprised she didn't get out the cold. I was like,
Thick Girl 40, thank you so much for the super chat. That's why Tisha will never say anything to her mom about her mouth, because she didn't get her love, and now she's not willing to let it go. Cassandra Herden, thank you so much for the super chat. Where is Destiny's husband? Something going on when she was talking to Mel about being her protection. Something in the water turning it black. Yeah, the husband, aren't they separated? They're not. No, they're not. That's what they're saying. They're separated. High five. Thank you so much for the super chat. Again, thank you. Tisha revealed a lot when she said her mother never told her she loved her. It explained her needs for validation from the other women. Yeah, she needs to go see a therapist. I mean, your girlfriends are not your therapists, and stop putting that pressure on them. Yeah, I mean, they want to hear about your problems to an extent, but for you to sit there on an hour phone call just rambling off all your problems, and you know who I'm talking about. A friend of mine that's listening. You can't be sitting up there on the phone and you hear my babies in the background need me, and you're just sitting up there rambling off all your problems every single day. Come on now, have some mercy on me. Girl. Seriously. Have some mercy.
Monica, I have a friend that do that, and I put the phone down and walk away and be doing other shit and come back and they still talking. I just let it keep on rolling. I got a cousin like that too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even want to call. If I send her a text, that's a gateway to call, and it just be like, oh my God.
But how is that a fair friendship though? To unload all the time. Can I ever unload on you? You probably don't even know what my middle name is or what my birthday is. All you do is talk about your damn self.
Y'all is sweet. Y'all sweet because there's different relationships I have with people. I love people the love of the Lord, where I only hear from them from once a year. There's some people you can only text me. You can't call me. If you try to call me, it'll be missed, and I would say, "Oh, I'm busy right now. What did you need?" There is some people they just can't call me. I'm sorry. There's some people that can't call me, and I enjoy talking to them because they're grown and they know how to wrap stuff up. But if you don't know how to wrap nothing up,
but y'all, Tisha really does need outside therapy. Like they say, if you don't heal what hurt you, you will bleed all over people who did not cut you. Her having that revelation at the girls' trip was a great thing, but she needs to go develop that more. In that live that I saw where she was justifying what her mama said, she literally went into the pathology, and all I could think was, your mama is basically raising your daughters too. Because she was like, when I was a teenager, I wanted to get a drop top, but I couldn't get a convertible. I couldn't get a drop top because my mama said girls will be jealous of you and cut up your top. Which, look, it's true. It happens sometimes, but you can't live your life with that type of negativity. She was like, she also said she could never have sleepovers. If she had a sleepover, it had to be at her house because her mother was always worried that if she went to another girl's house, the girls would cut her hair and abuse her. I'm like, and you got this woman raising your girls. Good luck with that, honey.
Yeah, it's like I said, you know, she needs therapy and stop relying on her husband and her friends and Kimmy and all these people to be her therapist. We're not, yeah. Same with me. I'm not a therapist. I do my best. I love on you. But at some point, a relationship is a give and take. You can't just keep taking and taking and taking up all my energy. I'd be so damn drained sometimes. Marcella, my love, thank you so much for the super chat. If Melody would have gave up, okay, we already read that one. Okay, thank you. Natavia. Hi,
hello. You said it
Hey.
right.
Okay. Oh my gosh, girl. Shocking.
You would have said it wrong. I wouldn't have said nothing because
you know what? I appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah. People call me Monique all the time, and I'm like, okay, I know you're referring to me, so it's okay. I don't even care. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. I got a couple things.
Mhm.
One thing is that, catch this. I think that in the first season, when Melanie finally started hanging with Tisha and taking her to different events and everything like that and networking with her, putting her out there, I think that's when she found out that Marsau was messing with that hairdresser. And I think that that hairdresser told Melanie that she was with Marsau and Martel was with Ariane. So that's how Melanie found out they was back messing with each other. So I think that Melanie tried to take Tisha under her wing to show her how to make some money of her own because she knew what Marsau was doing. And I think Marsau was feeding stuff to Tisha about Melanie, like, don't hang with her, because how did Tisha know about that that car? How did she know about that car? He told her that to try to get her, like, don't hang with Mel because of this and that. He didn't want her to hang with Mel, and he used to be so mad when she was hanging with Mel. So he didn't want her to hang with Mel because he didn't want Mel to bust him out. Mel was trying to take her to have her make some money in case stuff went sour. But Marsau is a little bit smarter with his cheating. That's why he got that vasectomy, because of how many times Martel had got that other girl pregnant. He probably like, ain't about to happen to me. They ain't about to get me caught up. Because he didn't even tell her that he went and got it. He just went and got it. So that's fishy in itself. He cheating, but he is very smart in it. And then when they went to that cabin, she like kept saying like, are you doing this? Are you doing this? And he wouldn't even answer her. He just kept saying, are you really serious? Are you asking me that for real? And she like, yes, are you? Like, what's going on? And he would never answer her. So I think he cheating too. I think he just a little bit better at it. He like to keep her in that house so she won't get out like Mel is. And, you know, now she in the street too. And people telling her like, who your husband? So I think that's how that little scenario went. And I think that Mel, when Tisha was coming to her about not hanging around her like that no more, I think she probably did feel bad, like, dang, I'm hanging around this girl like this, and I know what her husband up to. But also, she just had probably found out that Martel was back with the girl. So, you know, she had to distance herself, and Tisha threw that mess up about that car. That was a real low blow. You ain't have to say that. She didn't have to say that. And that's why Melanie told her, while you worried about my husband buying somebody a car, you need to start following yours. And that's how that all went down. I don't think that Mel was really wrong at all.
I think that she do think less of Tisha, because I think Tisha is kind of off. Well, I don't know if that's really off, but she not on the mental capacity as Mel and Kimmy is. But I think that she started to tolerate her to try to help her get on her feet so she can have something to stand on in case Marsau, decided to do whatever he wanted to do with his girls. And also, the thing with Martel and Melanie when they was at that car talking. First of all, at this point, I would pull up. I wouldn't even get the kids a hug goodbye. I'll get them the hug before we get in the car, because when we get up here to your daddy, you getting out. I wouldn't even get the car seat out. He could pop the lock, get the car seat out, or he got the car seat already in his car, carry on. I wouldn't get out the car. I wouldn't roll the window down or nothing. But did you see how he was saying to her, like, when she was like, the kids like being in Atlanta and this and that, and he agreed with it. Like, yeah, they do, because they don't have that much chores. So they had a boot camp at his house, and they on furlough when they go with Mel now. But that live he did was nothing like that. That live, he was acting like, they hate going over there. The uncle be beating on them and all that kind of stuff, calling them retards. Like, I don't advocate violence. But if somebody told me that that somebody called my kids a retard, baby, it's on and popping, okay? It's on and popping. So that scene right there was a complete contradiction of what he said on that live with those kids. So he just full of it. And I feel bad to his mom in the middle of it, but we have to meet at the police station, because I wouldn't put the mama in it either, because he might try to cut up with his mama there too. He seemed like he, might disregard her being there and cut up on her too. So I think.
Oh no, I meant drop the kids off, she leave, and him pick the kids up from the mama house. I don't mean in exchange, because that defeats the purpose.
I wouldn't even put the mama in it. We at the police station, come pick him up. You want to talk rah rah rah? Because my kid's dad already know I'm hot with the mace. Don't hold my car door. Don't hold it.
Right? You hot with the mace?
Yeah. I'm not for it. I done it. It happened. Mm-hmm. Get away from my car door. When I'm ready to leave, I don't need nobody holding my door. And you see she started bagging up and he moved out the way.
Yeah. And they do have those centers where, like, when you put it in they have centers specifically for that the state provides, where they got cameras and everything. You drop the children and they exchange, and these are state representatives. These people get paid, by the state to go ahead and do these exchanges, because sometimes it be crazy like that. Some people you can't have them interactions. He's one of them people. I don't know if he on the roids, but he one of them people.
Yeah, he probably been pulled her door off. And also, I don't think Tisha want to know if Marsau cheating. She's completely in denial. I don't think she wants to know that. She does not want to know, and she's just mad that someone else knows. I don't think Melanie said that to her to try to, because she was going through her own thing. I don't think it was any kind of being vindictive or nothing like that at all. Because Misery Love Company. I don't think it was like that. I think she was just trying to put her up on that. What's going on?
Come on now. She was doing it out of spite.
I don't think so.
Some people be messy, like
what? People are messy like that. Some people are messy like that. But I think that if she wanted to do it and be vindictive, she would have told her everything. Like, go check this hairdresser out. Next time you get your hair done, go follow her home and see once you find your husband there.
Thank you, Natavia. Yep, exactly. Thank you, my love. The backstage is getting filled up. We appreciate you calling in. Okay. Right. Bye, my love. Bye. She has a good point. What kind of disturbed me, and I'm starting to side with you guys on Marsau cheating.
Not you, Monica.
You know what? Now that I think about it, Ariane did tell me that Marsau was the middleman, and he would bring her money when Martel couldn't make it, and then Martel would reimburse him. Now, what kind of grown ass man helps you cheat like that and facilitates in your cheating? So yeah, if he condones that type, because you have to have the nature and the type of personality that condones that type of stuff. And if you condone it, then you probably doing it too. Okay, y'all won me over. That's good enough for me.
No.
I'll tell y'all last year with that vasectomy, when he got that vasectomy, that was it for me. He was like, I'm not finna be a Martel Holt out in these streets making all kind of crazy mistakes and decisions. If I do what I do, I'm gonna at least make sure I ain't bringing no babies home.
Wow. He said
I know that
that?
song.
Ooh.
What was that, Mario?
Oh no, he didn't say that. I'm saying
That was his attitude. That was his attitude.
But think about it. Most men, especially Southern men, most men are strongly against vasectomies. They, oh, you ain't touching my manhood. Oh no, you go get your tubes tied. Him and Maurice signed up for them vasectomies too quick, baby. They were eager. Okay, can we get it today? Thank you for the consultation. How soon can we schedule? Martel kept saying he wanted, he want him a whole basketball or football starting line or something of kids. So he was like, no, I'm gonna it's another girl, so I'm gonna convince Mel to have another one and see how that turned out.
What was that song? That Mario Winding song.
Girl, that's what I was singing the whole time when she said that. I don't know if y'all saw me over here. I was like,
yes, and and she's right about that. Because I'm with Monica on this one. You can't mess up that guidance counselor and student relationship. So we're not going to feed into these lies you putting on this live stream. Monica, you need to be on my side.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I love that song, y'all. Mario Winans was crying all in that house alone.
I'm telling you, that was a good bop.
That was.
I love it.
Yeah,
I just think Diddy had so many good people that he just messed over. I love that album.
He's a demon, ain't he?
Yeah,
that whole album was so good. Where you at, Mario? We love you wherever you are.
He went back to Detroit.
He went back to the church. He went back to making gospel music. Hallelujah.
Bring you right on back every time, won't he?
Yeah. Diddy is a demon. They should just rename him the demon. Demon Diddley or something. I mean, that
talking about Brother Love.
Oh, please.
I mean, he has the ear. He has the ear for music. Like, you can't deny, like, the 90s and the early 2000s wouldn't have been what it was without him. Jodeci, Mary J. Blige, Carl Thomas. But he just messed over Mace. But he just messed over so many people, Jesus.
It's sad.
Just
it really
is.
Hey, Marcella.
Hey, y'all. I'm up here listening to the crew, y'all. I see y'all got your heads reading them statements and all of that. Y'all reading the comments. Listen, I'm telling you now, Martel is cheating. Marsau allegedly is cheating. And he doing it bold. He got his girl to call his wife. Hey, that was deep and bold for a woman just to out-call the wife and say, don't believe it. I'm not with your husband. No, I would have been saying, y'all better keep me out of that. Don't call. And plus, I love seeing your eyes, girl.
Thank you.
Yes, y'all. This whole program is a mess. And Melanie, to me, is doing the right thing, girl. Try not to engage with him with this argument. Let him act like a clown on TV, because if Ariane is not watching this, Martel wants Melanie back. Somebody who don't listen. And I would not give the kids to Martel because she would have to pay child support. Plus, he's not, she knows her kids are scared of their father because of his discipline, the way he disciplined. He just wants to get under Melanie's skin, and she has to just let the cameras keep capturing the evidence for her lawyer. Look how he acts. He acts crazy. This is a reason why I don't want to bring the kids to him. Give me a designated place. When I work with foster kids, we have the husband and wife drop them off in the lobby at social services, so it can be monitored by the police right there and the people at the counter. You just switch the kids, and people will usually walk walk out. Martel wants to engage with her. He leaves the kids in the car by themselves. He's running after Melanie. Listen, she is gone. And guess what? I think that because she had a couple of phone calls with a guy when they had separated, to me, that is cheating. But I would have taken a step further and smushed it in his face to let him know, you got yours for 5 years and I'm getting mine now. I don't care. I would have cheated too mentally.
So are you saying you would have took a step further? You say you cheated for 5 years. I wouldn't have cheated for 5 hours. Is that what you're saying?
This is the daytime show, Bishop. But to get over one, you gotta jump on another. This is the daytime. You're trying to tempt me. To get over one thing, you gotta jump on another thing, honey. And you gotta try it before you buy it. So you better go on out there and get yours, Melanie. Melanie got a banging body. Listen, I wouldn't be wasting my time letting dust collect on it. No way.
Ooh, and I seen her on that Balmain ad she just dropped for Balmain. Oh, she was looking kind of tasty. She was looking kind of tasty. I know he's scrolling through her social media from a ghost account looking.
Where's this alleged video at?
Body yada 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 yada.
Where's this alleged video at? So schoolboy at? Where's it at?
She dropped it last night after the show. It's she's a model for the couture for Balmain, the designer.
Okay.
She has a sponsorship with them. She is now an advocate.
Melonie's about to make money. And Martel,
she don't even need Martel, Marsha coin.
But I'm gonna tell you, Martel know without Melanie, he's not gonna get much money because she is the brains of that outfit, honey. And he looking over there, Ariane saying, "Listen, you better get a babysitter and babysit and go to work, girl. We need this money."
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. Both of them filed for bankruptcy, so that stays on your credit for 10 years.
Yeah. Mahogany Brown, thank you so much for the super chat. Mel said the cheating started when they was hanging with them. Oh, okay. So yeah, there you go. Anthony Lester, thank you so much for the super chat. The Bible says, with love and kindness have I drawn. Please, you have that spirit. You also have the spirit of discernment. Yes, you do.
Who are you talking about?
Ma'am. It was a nice statement, Listen, definitely we have the spirit of discernment. Absolutely.
Y'all got me thinking about so many songs. And when Marcella said she should have cheated, I went straight to Keisha Cole.
Lord, yeah.
Well, coming from a dude, I think if she was not getting that
absolutely
that you know what I'm saying. You got in there that Johnson & Johnson, and then the little D energy had the nerve to cheat on you. I think
that's disrespectful.
I think like she should be like the old country women. When dudes did that, they got slaughtered and they was cooking them pies with a smile on their face.
Yeah.
And they're like, what you so happy about? I've been gone 5 days.
But see, that's what I mean about not keeping your eyes on your own paper. Martel saw what Marsau and others were doing and thought he could do it too. No, honey, you don't know what gifts God blessed them with. Certain things make you act right and put up with a little more than you would normally put up with.
And
we keep trying to teach brothers that some dudes can do that.
Allegedly,
everybody.
Martel is gonna be gone, and Tisha is gonna be sitting there trying to figure out what went wrong, and Melanie is not gonna want to deal with her then once he's gone. Because I just don't get her. Her mama got more sense than her. She just like walking around on daisies, babysitting, saying she went on a business trip. What business trip did she go on? He didn't care because he was able to get out. Remember when she asked him, why did you take the sports car? Why didn't you take your truck? Where was you going? Where was the accident? And guess what? And he struck up an argument with her so he can walk back out the door and finish part 1.
But
Yeah.
did y'all hear Martel actually said the same thing on the slick? He was like, next time we go camping, bring your Jeep, bring your truck, don't bring your sports car. He said the same thing. So I think they all are thinking, why were you coming all the way out in the woods with that little, maybe somebody else was in the car, distracting him and caused him to not see the other car braking. Who knows?
Plus, what could she have been doing in the sports car? It's
Y'all
mighty
leave that
little.
poor man alone.
Just type of distraction.
Leave that
We
poor
have
man
our
alone.
feminine ways.
Hey, excuse me, leave that man alone. He probably was listening to an audible book getting knowledge. What you talking about?
He was getting
All
knowledge, all right. I like how you said that, Bishop. Hey.
A full education too. Marcella, my love, I will call you later, dear. You have a good evening.
Okay, I love you guys.
Don't
Good
go to
night.
bed. I'm gonna call you later. Bye. All right, I'm gonna bring Adrian on. She's been extremely patient and just waiting. Hey, Adrian.
Hey.
How you doing?
Hey.
Good. How are you?
Good. I just wanted to totally, completely agree with what Schoolboy said earlier regarding Melody and dropping this little tea about whether or not Marsau was cheating. I cannot stand when people do that. You don't play with people's marriages. Either go ahead and drop what it is that you feel like you need to say. Just drop that bomb. Get out of here, babe. Drop that bomb, or or just leave it alone. Like, there are children involved. That's not funny anymore. What's the name did that on Married to Medicine with Heavenly? When she was talking about Damon, you want receipts, honey? Go ahead, play your hand or shut up. I don't respect that. When it comes to Tisha, I mean, this is exhibit A of you need to be careful about what you pour into your children or what you don't, because they can grow up. That woman is so emotionally stunted. I feel so bad for her, just a little bit, because now you have children, girl, you need to work that out. Like Monica, you said, go get on somebody's sofa, go talk to a therapist. Please work that out, because now you have your own daughters and you don't want to pass that down to them. You already know what that feels like. But I think somebody put in a super chat too, like, it makes total sense now when she said that Wanda didn't give her affection, she didn't pour into her. Why she's so needy. And when they replayed the original conversation with her and Mel at the table, she said something about, you don't make time for me. You don't make time. Like, who says that to another grown person? Everyone's married, has children, and working, and you're begging this woman to make time for you. With the way she deals with Kimmy, be on my side. You need to be there for me. And that's why Kimmy always has that look on her face, like, what does that even mean? Like, why does she need that so much? But when she said, oh, my mother didn't tell me, never told me that she loved me, it's like, oh, that's why she acts like that. Oh, okay, well, that makes sense. And then in terms of, Martel, this whole thing about, which is complete nonsense, about him trying to get full custody. Sir, you just went on national television and confessed that your money is funny. Why would a judge give you 4 children and you just said out of your own mouth that you are not financially stable? And you have a 5th mouth to feed now, thanks to your own little diddling. Melody don't have that. From the ball man campaign or whatever other hat she probably got in the fire. I know she got in the fire. She's financially stable. She's a good mom. Do you know the burden of proof you have to go into court to get them to rip children from their mother? That woman, she's not emotionally abusive to them kids. Them kids are well-fed, well-dressed. What are you going to say? And he keeps saying, well, they're my kids and I love. That's not enough, sir, to rip them from their mother. Y'all going to have joint custody. Y'all going to figure out this visitation schedule and keep it moving. But and then, with the whole thing with Jaylen, I mean, I don't know what's name is talking about. Let that boy get a job and understand work ethic. I think Kimmy said that an episode ago. Let him know what it feels like to get up and have to punch somebody's clock and be responsible and have to answer to somebody and understand what it feels like to be a professional. He don't know that yet. That boy been out of school for 5 minutes. Let him work it out. It's okay. He's 22. Like, it'll be all right. So that's just what I took from it. But the whole thing with Tisha, just like I said, I don't want to say I feel sorry for her, but I understand the pathology now. Wanda did a number on that woman. She did a number on her, and it's really sad.
Well,
I think
Wanda
she
probably didn't have any training as a parent, So
I think she said she had her at 16 as well.
Yeah,
she was a child when she had her. She probably didn't know how to do it. Who knows what kind of home she even grew up happen. But it's just sad to keep, at some point, it's like, okay, I want to break this cycle. I don't want to keep those generational curses. I don't want to pass that down to my children. And like Claire says, you have daughters. You shouldn't want to pass that down to them.
You got to know better to do better. And hopefully they get the help they need, you know? Thank you, Adrian. We appreciate you calling in.
Tell your husband salute.
I know. Hopefully we get you in no trouble, girl.
That's what I be doing. I be in the camera like, what you doing?
You have a good night, my love. Bye.
All right, you too. Bye, y'all.
Okay, bye. I'm going to bring LL on before we get out of here. Plaz, what will the judge say about the other child?
They ain't gonna say nothing about it. I mean, it doesn't help his case, though. it is obvious proof of his infidelity. So I don't know how it is in Alabama because I'm not licensed there, but in a lot of southern states, you still have the option of a fault divorce or no fault divorce. So if he keeps playing his hand, Melody could go at him for a fault divorce, and none of those things will be good because we have all the proof that we need that you are the cause of the dissolve of the marriage. Now you playing behind the 8 ball when it comes to negotiating things.
Yeah, it gives Mel the upper hand, you know, in a sense. Hi, LL.
Absolutely.
Hey, y'all. Plus, you acting like Alabama ain't but one state above Mississippi. If Mississippi 50, Alabama 49. Ain't that much
No,
difference.
but I'm just saying I don't know the laws over there to say how that would factor in. Some states don't have no fault divorces anymore, you know, so. But they're not gonna, I mean, if he's smart, he's gonna assert that as a reason to lower his child support. Oh no, I got 5 of them to feed. I don't just have these 4. You know, we gotta factor all of that in. But yeah, no, it's not gonna help. Like I keep saying, custody, as the young lady that just left said, it's all about what's in the best interest of the child. And there are usually 11 to 12 different factors that go into the best interest of the child. It's just not what somebody thinks. There's a whole list. One day I might pull it up and share them with y'all. But yeah, all of this, it's not helping him.
Nah,
it's not a good look.
He's not smart. He wouldn't have done that video last week if he was smart, because his baby boy back there looking all types of abused and sad. And let's just be real about it. That little boy was hurt in that back video. But nevertheless, today's show is about poor little Tink Tink, aka Slow Tisha, and her need to like mature. If there's ever somebody who needs the blood of Jesus, who needs the dew from Aaron's beard that dropped down, it is Tisha. You need some healing, baby. You need some healing. You over here mad as Mel, forgetting all about what you did to that girl, as if, and I ain't gonna tell you, like, I'm not personally on Mel's side, but wrong is wrong. You sat up here and was gaslighting her about Martel knowing the truth, and you're mad that she did to you back. Now, come on now. Like we've been saying multiple times, like Kimmy say, as much as y'all don't like her, start at the beginning, not the middle. Let's not start at the middle where Mel was blasting your husband at the dinner table after you came at her with that whole carb mess with Ariana. Start at the beginning. You was mad that she was moving on, that she was dealing with other stuff. That's real tea. Because you came to that thing, they been there since day. You showed up at dusk, dressed up like a ghetto cowboy, looking like you wired up, ready to get down with the get down at the OK Corral. You might as well have pulled up and called her Molly the Maid like Jocelyn did off Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. You was ready to fight. That was your energy. And then you wanted to play victim, like there's a weird vibe. Them girls are over there drunk having a good old time, and you tried to ruin the party. Period.
Absolutely. Yeah, girl. Listen.
Just accept
it's just a hot mess. Just a hot mess. Oh my goodness, girl. What are we gonna do with these people? What are we gonna do with them?
Tisha, pray, because even, and we see the preview of the next episode, Marsau ain't even on your side. Your husband ain't even on your side.
Child.
Maybe that's what gets her.
It is. She gets offended because she cannot take constructive criticism or correction and direction. And like we've all said, if Wanda had did it, we wouldn't be out here having to do it. But you can't just think that love looks like somebody upholding you in all of your wrongs. You're wrong, ma'am. You keep being wrong.
Love is
And I like
accountability.
that Marsau is holding her accountable in her wrongness.
I think Wanda
Exactly.
was getting drunk when she was pregnant with her.
You think she was hitting
You
the
did
brown
not just
liquor?
bring up fetal baby alcohol syndrome. Tink Tink is not fetal
FAS.
baby
She
alcohol
might be
syndrome.
FAS though.
I think
She
she's a
might be.
little bit. You're not in the
Yeah, she
country. Some
might
people are
be.
doing that.
No, she might be a little bit. Just a
Mhm.
little bit.
I think she's
LL,
doing
good child, something. Okay.
well, it's Wanda, so shit.
Yeah.
A fish called Wanda. She probably was out there doing
Just said she was drinking like fish. Oh well, at least she better than Marsha. Marsha out here being a whole Mitch. Switch
Well,
that out for the people.
I think Melanie traced back. It was probably when he started taking them steroids. See, stuff starting to add up. He was hanging around Marsau and all them. See, all this stuff was happening all at one time. He probably had body, dysmorphia where he didn't feel right about his body, and he decided, let me take this stuff, and it was driving him crazy. He think he was more than what he was, and he really wasn't. But
But he seems like somebody who always wants to appease the men in his life because
yeah,
he didn't have a father.
yep,
Because
what
you
it
could
is.
tell how hurt he was when his mom was like, "I'm so disappointed in you," because you acting just like your daddy. And you
Mm-hmm.
can't tell me he ain't heard that in his life. And he real but hurt now because now his mama don't agree with him. His mama on Mel's side. So how hurt is that poor boy? Not that I feel sorry for him because you talking about they have discipline under you. No, your kids are taking care of each other. They're having to parent each other. When they go to Mel's house, they are kids.
Yeah.
They take care of their room. They wipe down their mirrors. That's it. They're not watching their siblings for 5-6 hours so you can run the streets and be out here slinging little peen everywhere in Huntsville.
LL, honey, thank you so much for calling in tonight. You make a lot of valid points. I really hope those poor kids. Surviving Martel Holt boot camp. I mean, that's what it is. Basically.
Pretty much. He over
Listen.
here making his children actors at a very young
You better
age.
hope they don't get to
Line
the
up
point
the
where they
moment.
start saying, "Mama, I don't want to go." And in some states, you can't force the kids to go. They don't want to go. They don't have to go.
He probably make them drink raw eggs for breakfast and stuff. Listen,
No,
we need to. Well, he's into that working out. He's into the working out and stuff. He talks to dogs and stuff in the neighborhood. You don't know what goes on in that house. I mean,
but then again, I've seen the reaction of the girls. They were happy to see him. It's just the boy ain't happy to see him because
boy hates him.
fathers and sons is a little tricky because they're
But
trying to
that's the same
instill.
thing with mothers and daughters.
That's
Look
what I'm
at
saying.
Tisha.
It's just, it's the same thing. So it's swap. That's why I said the opposite sex parent is very important to a child.
Yeah.
And when that relationship is messed up, it messes up their future relationships on how they be with other people.
Good point. Thank you, LL.
Thank you all. And we
my
just gonna pray
love.
for these other people.
Pray.
Yeah.
That's
She
all we
needs
can do.
Jesus. She needs Jesus. For
Pray
real.
without ceasing.
She needs Ima. Ima was
Yeah.
out there trying to provide
the
healing.
roots lady. The root doctor child. No.
The root doctor was out there making a little bit of sense for all her new earthiness. She was making some
She
sense
had the
now.
feather and marbles. I was done. I was like,
She wanted her to have a yoni egg.
Yeah. All right, my love. Bye. Bye, girl. Bye.
Bye.
Beautifully animated. Thank you so much for the super chat. Marsha claims he wants full custody to keep Mel from taking the kids to Atlanta, yet all he has to do is not sign the papers giving her permission to take the kids to another state. Not necessarily. I don't know. Do they have joint custody at this time? Has that been determined? Or they're just working it out on their own, like 50-50 type of thing. So she can take them anywhere,
I don't think she should do that either. It's the same way she feel about him trying to take full custody. She don't need to be taking them away from their father like that either. So she need to stay in the same state because ain't Huntsville and Atlanta not too far from it? It's like a 2 or 3 hour drive, ain't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So her little fling could come around, and when she ain't got the kids for that 1 week, she go over there for that whole week and live it up. I mean,
That's true.
It's just sometimes makes it difficult when you're trying to keep kids in school and keep them focused by constantly uprooting them like that.
Yeah.
1 week here, 1 week here, 1 week here, 1 week here. Usually all of my friends that have had divorces or split ups like that, what they would do is one parent has them the entire time. The other parent comes and gets them every other weekend, or they split up the holidays, or they split up the spring breaks or the winter breaks, because they need to be in one environment constant not
Yeah.
jumping back and forth. That makes them unstable because they don't know, yeah, daddy over here crazy with the boot camp. Then we go over to mama house, we get a little bit of relief. Then we go back to crazy.
It's
They need to
crazy.
have a balance. But you can't reason with crazy ass people. Martel just crazy.
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
them being in Alabama won't change that.
Yeah.
This is them right now finagling. That's why they need to go on, let the court decide and move on with it. Because, like Schoolboy said, even in a joint custody arrangement, when children are school age, Melody can go on to Atlanta, have her house there. I think it's more than just a boyfriend. I think it's also business. She's
Yeah.
growing. She has all of these other commitments, as we're talking about with Balmain and other own shows. Atlanta is the place that she needs and wants to be. There's no reason for her to be forced to stay in Alabama. Once school starts back, especially, I think right now the kids are virtual, so that's why she's saying it's a computer. They can bring it over here, they can bring it over there. But when school gets back, yes, they will have one house during the week. He can get every weekend or every other weekend, and then he'll get summers. Holidays, they likely alternate. This year you get Christmas, then for Valentine's Day they're here, or whatever holidays, like they in the order they stipulate what those holidays are.
Right.
The mother usually gets, which is ironic, but I guess the mother usually gets Mother's Day. It's like most mothers kind of want to have a break on that day, but okay. Then most fathers get Father's Day. Like you want to see your kids, but then usually you get like a spa day or something to relax and enjoy being a mother. But yeah, that's how it'll eventually work out. Right now, they're just dragging this out for no reason.
It's good TV.
It is,
But I feel so bad for them kids, especially with the
Yeah.
schoolwork and being uprooted, and it's just a lot. They're too young, I mean, it's young. It's bad at any age, teenagers too, but so young, it's just too much.
And this is where I agree with
a little
school.
bit better because they kind of understand a lot better than them. They're small. And, I mean, the baby don't understand it, but I mean, the rest of them do. So you need to be able to co-parent and be adults. It's just going to be difficult for her to do that with somebody like Martel because he don't have that ability to do that. He just
Right.
But when they're so young, their emotions and their feelings are so heightened that this has to be it's crushing them emotionally. Probably makes them cry at nights, and it's a lot for them little babies. It's a lot. As you get older, you toughen up a little bit more, but now, this is a lot.
And this is why I agree with Schoolboy. I wouldn't even be playing with Martel. I'd be like, you know what? Since I am on the glow up, you be the full parent. Since you're losing a lot of jobs, you can be a stay-at-home daddy. You can be with them. I'm pretty sure you got a little bit, a little money here and there to where his mortgage is gonna be okay. Well, you be the stay-at-home father. I'll be in Atlanta doing my business ventures and all that good stuff. And I just oblige the Negro. That's how I feel.
And he'll backpedal and peep out because he ain't gonna really want it. Then he gonna
he's gonna back.
He actually was gonna give it to me.
This is too much. This is too much, Mama. This is too much.
It is. All right, y'all. Let's go on and wrap things up. This was a good episode. Rate the episode in the comments 1 through 10. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 9. I was thoroughly entertained. I loved it. Yeah. Okay. Bishop, where can they find you?
You can find me here on YouTube at The Bishop with 2 E's, where I'll be, casting out demons and bringing you some healing and solutions. And you can also find me on IG and Twitter at Bishop Redpill.
All right. Plaz, where can they find you?
Hey, y'all can find me over on Instagram at scared_of_beautiful, and here on my YouTube channel, Scared of Beautiful, just spaces, no periods.
Okay, Schoolboy, where can they find you?
You can find me on YouTube at school_boy. You can find me on Twitter where y'all like to troll me at school_boy. You can find me on Instagram where, again, you like to troll me and get in my inbox when I'm wiping the crust out of my eyes in the morning at school_boy_2021. And I don't care.
Okay. You know what? I wanted to shout out Gemini to Butterfly. Thank you so much for the super chat. Now I do think Mel should let Tisha and Marsau's situation play out itself. It will be revealed. Yeah. Yeah. What goes on in the dark will always come to light. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight. You can find me here, All About the Tea, Monica. I reside here on YouTube. And I urge you to subscribe to the channel because we spill tea daily, hot piping tea. And we have a good time. It's a key. Trust me, you won't regret it. And if you're already subscribed to the channel, go on and bang that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the tea. Like I said, Teacups, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We love you all. We appreciate you. Mods, thank you for holding down the chat like you do every night. We appreciate you so much. Everyone that sent in a super chat or a cash app. If I didn't get to put it up on the screen or I missed you, my apologies. The chat goes by so fast, but just know that we do appreciate it. Listen, you help us keep the lights on. Without you, we couldn't be here every night doing this. I want y'all to stay safe out there and be blessed. We'll see you back here tomorrow night. We already got a full lineup for next week. Listen, the tea
is juicy.
The tea overfloweth. Okay. In a matter of what, just a weekend, is so much stuff that's happening.
Come on now. I want my teacup to overflow.
Child.
Yes.
Goodness gracious.
Hallelujah.
Listen, bring the biggest cup you got because it's overflowing.
It's so beautiful, y'all. Y'all don't know. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful.
Bring your water and your beverages.
And put your kids to bed.
Oh, yeah. And take your pressure pills too.
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah.
All right now. Bye, y'all. Have a good one. Bye.